After Chelsea's loss to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, they have now been named the Blue £1 billion bottle jobs by Gary Neville. So I've decided to take them into a rebuild on Football Manager 2024. I'm going to give myself 5 years with a rebuild, and I'm going to see if I can bring some success back to Chelsea. Just before we get into the video, I really appreciate if you could like and subscribe, as we have got a goal of 50 subscribers. I know, massive amount, but if we can get to 50, I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get into the video. So for season 1, I've only brought in one player, who is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. 51 million, not a bad price. Just needed a bit more firepower up front, and I couldn't get the man I actually wanted, who was Osimhen. I just didn't have the money at the time. This is the formation we're going to use going into the season, playing a 4-2-4, but with one of the CMs dropping back deeper as a DM. And this is the best team we've got available at the minute. Obviously, well, actually, I forgot to register Calvert-Lewin, but when he comes in, he will go into the team. That is the team that we've got so far. Let's see how it gets on towards the end of season 1. I've just stopped in January because it wasn't going very well. There was a little bit of lack of summer going on. So I've brought in some players, tried to switch it up. I have signed Diego Costa, Todibo and Victor Osimhen, who I actually wanted at the beginning of the season, who I couldn't afford at the time. And obviously this was due to Todd Bowley splashing a bit more cash. And I was able to sell Cucurella, Sarr, and Trevor Chalobah as well went to Al Ittihad for 60 million, which I couldn't really turn down because there was a lot of money and it basically paid for Osimhen. Definitely it paid for Diego Costa, who's a massive improvement over Robert Sanchez. Just wanted a quick stop there, and then we'll see you at the end of season 1 now. Right then, so we've come back at the end of season 1, and as we can see, 7th. It's not great. It's not great at all. But we have at least got European football, which could help out just a little bit, maybe to keep the job. Taking a look at the player stats, Dominic Calvert-Lewin seemed to be a good signing, to be honest. 23 goals, top goal scorer by quite some way, very good average rating. Osimhen with only half a season, 10 in 17, pretty good return. And Nkunku, when he come back from injury, pretty good return. Main disappointment, Mudryk, not surprised. And Nicholas Jackson, not ideal. Not ideal at all. Now looking at the average rating altogether, it looks good further up the pitch. Diego Costa, halfway through, seems to be a good signing, because if we can find Robert Sanchez, he's a little bit lower. I know Robert Sanchez doesn't always have the potential to become a great player on this game. In the competitions, it doesn't look like we did very well in any of them at all. 5th round out by Palace, lost 2-0 at home, not good. 3rd round by Leicester, 4-1. Maybe it's my tactic I need to look at. Anyway, at the end of the season, looks like they gave us quite a healthy budget. 78 million for the next season. Hopefully, can turn this team around and potentially finish top 4 next season. Season 1 wasn't quite what we hoped for, but with a healthy budget, hopefully we can build a team that can work our way into the Champions League and maybe win some silverware along the way. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see you at the start of season 2. So we have had a major focus on defence in this transfer window, bringing in some great young talent, 2 from Atalanta, Scalavini and Ruggeri, and then Diamonde from Sporting. All quite high prices, except from Ruggeri. Not too bad, but it's what you got to pay for the best young players in the game, and I feel like it probably fits Chelsea's actual transfer policy at the minute. As you can see from the outs, obviously Lewis Hall was already one made in real life. Got Harvey Vale for 10, just not really good enough. The goalkeeper obviously brought in Diego Costa, so it is one that probably needed to be made just to free up some space for other players. It's either between him or Robert Sanchez. Thiago Silva wanted to leave for Brazil, which I actually accepted an offer for Brazil, and he said no, so he's gone back to France. The tactics most likely going to stay the same. Hopefully, the only thing I've really changed is I've changed right back to an inverted wing back, just to overload this space really. Hopefully the improvements in the defence can power us higher in the league, hoping for a top 4 this season. Being realistic, probably Chelsea fans in real life would be delighted with a top 4 next season. If I am to pick without restriction, best 11, this would be the team which realistically is the sort of team I'd look to play. Obviously I've kept Lukaku when he's come back because it just gives a bit more depth up front, helping with these two. So yeah, this is the team going into season 2 and hopefully brings us some success in the league. We have got the Europa League to play for as well. Maybe we could win a trophy this season, but let's see how we get on. Right, so we've come back at the end of the season and we've finished top 4, which is a massive improvement. So 78 this season, only 1 off second, 59 last season. That's a 19-point improvement, just for people who are struggling with the maths. Looking at the squad, obviously the 3 strikers contributed with most of the goals, alongside players who would have played on the wing. Mudryk with 17 assists, which is actually quite good. Then if we're going off average rating, it was Kepa. Obviously he only played 5 games, but Sterling highest was 7.3. Osimhen 52 games, he got a 7.22, which is very good, alongside with 36 goals and 4 assists. So that's 40 goal contributions, 52 games, that's pretty good. Generally across the whole squad you can see a lot more improvement with the players. Average rating for everyone pretty much over a 7. So far I've had to stop just before the Club World Championship as well. I have actually made a signing so far. Got Nicolas Gonzalez coming in for a pretty good price. Now looking at the competitions, we actually won a cup competition this year, Carabao Cup, which is funny considering they just lost it. Across the other competitions, see that we're knocked out in the quarterfinal by Brentford, knocked out in the semi-final by Newcastle, so still got the Club World Championship to play. So we'll probably see that at the end of the transfer window how we did. Right, so coming into the 3rd season now, as you can see in the Club World Championship we actually finished 3rd, narrowly missed out on the final with a loss to Bayern Munich. So far in the Premier League we beat Fulham at home, which is expected really, and lost away to Man United 3-1. Isn't ideal, but it's one of them where I'd rather loss probably come there than against someone like, I don't know, Leicester. So for the transfers, obviously this is one that was made in real life. See, bought, Chelsea bought a 16-year-old and he's come when he's 18. And big signing. Kratchizelli? Yeah. Anyway, 150 million. Big price tag. I have broke the record for Chelsea, but he's a massive improvement to the team. We have let go of a few players just to bring in some money, and there were some players that wanted to go out on loan who weren't really being used, and I probably might sell next season. So the tactic is staying the same as it was a massive improvement last year. If I select without restriction the best 11, this is the team that we get. And yeah, after the Carabao Cup win, hopefully we can push on, maybe challenge for the title. We were a few points off after last season, and hopefully do well in the Champions League as well. So let's get to simulating, and I'll see you at the end of season 3. Right, we're at the end of season 3 now, and a bit of a disappointing end. I can actually see that we finished 4th, although only 4 points off the top, which was a 3-way tie. Arsenal edging it just on goal difference. Looking at the competitions, Champions League, first season back, knocked out in the round of 16 by Man United, knocked out by Man City, knocked out by Bristol City. Bristol City isn't ideal. The other two isn't so bad, they're hard teams, but should be doing better than this. Looking at the squad for the season, Lukaku actually scored the most goals. And unfortunately, he is leaving on a free, which I must have obviously not come back in time or offered him a contract. Osimhen up there with 20 as well, but is reduced. Raheem Sterling had a good return. Calvert-Lewin obviously quite disappointing. He played a lot of games and only got 7 goals. As we can see for the transfer budget for next season, we have got 89 million, so I think something really needs to work. Might need a change of formation as well, but we'll see at the start of season 4. Right, so we've come to the end of the transfer window, season 4. We have brought in 3 pretty big players. Got Evan Ferguson. He obviously isn't cheap, but he'll be a good player to get. Eder Militao just strengthens up that defence a bit more at quite a good price for the player he is. And I went for a different direction, as you might tell with the tactic, because I've got a cam in Verts. Again, high amount, but that's what you pay for these great players. On the outs, Badashili, gone for a decent amount to Man United. Dominic Calvert-Lewin out for 80 million, which obviously helped me afford these players getting in, as we've only got a net spend of just under 40 million, 38 million. Yeah, we sold Cole Palmer as well, because I've never seen Cole Palmer grow on this game. Todibo as well, just because he didn't fit into the squad anymore. And Nicholas Jackson's gone out on loan, just because he wasn't being used, so I might as well get him used somewhere else. Looking at the new tactic for the season, we can see defence is pretty much the same. We changed one of the DMs to a Segundo Volante on attack, and then obviously we brought that cam in on support. Left winger is now a winger on attack for Castrovelli, and up front by themselves as an advanced forward. If we do a pick without restriction, the best 11, this is the team that shows, which is a very strong team, I believe. Ruggeri's actually overtaken Ben Chilwell now, which he has been performing very well in the last few seasons, so I'm not entirely surprised by that. So far, every game this season as well, as we can see, all greens, including the friendlies. We've got 3 clean sheets in the league so far. Obviously, Plymouth expected to win that. Tottenham 2-0 is a good result. Man United 4-3. Bit of a struggle there, but high goals again. Everton 9-0. I think this is the highest win I've had so far in this rebuild. And as you can see, high domination, XG extremely high. They didn't even have a shot on target. Osimhen's got a hat-trick. Everyone's played amazing. So currently we sit top of the league, winning all 4 games with a 17 goal difference. So let's simulate to the end of the season, and hopefully after this amazing start, this is a season where we can really bring in some silverware, even challenge for the title, hopefully win it. So yeah, we'll see you at the end of the season. Right, so we've come to the end of season 4, and we can already see that we've just narrowly missed out on the league. That loss and a draw actually to Arsenal as well, and 2-2 to Burnley. If we win that game against Burnley, we win the league on goal difference, so that is really what's cost us there. In other competitions, semi-final of the Champions League as well, lost out to Barcelona. Let's see, Villa, what are they doing there? Oh god, Villa knocked out Real Madrid. Jesus. I must have won 1-0 at home and then lost 3-0 at the Camp Nou. Again, we have won the Carabao Cup, which is nice, but it's not the biggest trophy to win. And the FA Cup as well, we're out early again, Wolverhampton. So in the Premier League, let's just look. Scored 111 goals, so there's a massive improvement in goals. Scored 15 against Everton, bless them. Only conceding 35 as well, so big improvement in defence. Goal difference was massive above everyone else, but losses all away from home. Drew 1 at home, so obviously we got nearly maximum points at home, but our away form is just just let us down just a little bit. And them draws there only took 2 points off Brighton this season, who finished 13th. Drawn to Fulham, who got relegated. Drawn to Burnley, finished bottom. One of their 12 points was against me. So looking at the squad and how they did, Osimhen had a great season. 48 goals in 48 games. 45 starting, 5 assists. Average rating is higher than it's ever been. Mudryk had a good season considering he came off the bench a lot. So did Castrovelli. Fernandez in that Secundo Volante role got quite a few goals and quite a few assists. Sterling 21 assists is brilliant. Wirtz 21 assists is brilliant. Exactly what I wanted from Wirtz. Diamonde even chipped in with 8 goals. Evan Ferguson only played 13 games. Was he injured, or did Osimhen just play every single minute? I mean, he had a few injuries, but nothing really. Just didn't really get the game time, I guess. We've got one last go at it. Let's see if we can bring anyone in, change the team up a little bit. I'm not sure if it's needed. Maybe it was just a little bit unlucky this season, but we'll see how it goes. I'll see you at the end of the transfer window in Season 5. So to start off Season 5, we're going to have a quick look at the transfers I've done for the final season. The first one we made for the season, we got in Joshua Kimmich from Al Hilal on a free. Very good transfer, very good player. Sort of gives a lot more depth at that defensive mid role. Can also play various positions. We let go of one big player, Giorgio Scalvini. PSG. It was 170 million. When I got the offer, I couldn't really turn it down, considering there's probably players I could get better than him at centre back for cheaper. And that's just what I did. After going on stats wise, I looked at Upamecano, got him in for 75 million. So far he's played pretty well, and with most of that money as well, we brought in Jude Bellingham. An actual big superstar. Green attributes everywhere. Just fantastic. 5-star according to whoever summarised him. So far he has got 1 goal and 3 assists, got an average rating of 7.8. He's doing pretty well. The formation is going to stay the exact same because there was a massive improvement last season, especially to Osimhen up front. A lot more was provided to him, and with the quality that I've brought in, hopefully it will bring more goals and a bit more defensive structure as well. So if we pick without restriction for our best 11, this is the team that shows. Doesn't even actually put Bellingham into the team, which is surprising, but trust me, he will be playing. So far on the schedule, just like last season, wins all around. Big win at home to Newcastle, can be a tough game. See how that went. They scored late on, so 4-2. Joshua Kimmich with 2 on his debut, which is pretty good for him. Then we beat Brighton. Osimhen with no goal. Joshua Kimmich with another 2 goals. Then Kimmich scored again. It looks like we actually got quite a tough league phase for the Champions League, with teams like PSG, Dortmund, Bilbao. Not an easy team to play against. Porto and Liverpool as well, with the other 2, Villarreal and Olympiacos. So hopefully we can get through that, and realistically for this season, for last season, I want to win at least either the Premier League or the Champions League, if not both. Anyway, that's it for the start of the season, so I'll see you at the end of Season 5. Right, so we're here at the end of the season, and you've probably noticed that we've actually finally won the league. Finally, after 5 attempts. So we finished the season on 89 points, 90 goals, down from last season, 40 conceded, only lost 3 all away from home to Liverpool, Tottenham and Man City. Our highest top goal scorer in the league was actually Victor Osimhen, only on 15, which isn't the best. Looking at the player stats for the season, Osimhen only got 23 goals, which is a big decrease. It's less than half than last season. Joshua Kimmich, really good return, 17 and 16. Bellingham on 15 and 15, and Wirtz on 14 and 10. So the goals were definitely shared out a bit more. Obviously we scored less goals. Looking at the average rating, it is this midfield 3 that really have shone this season. Surprisingly, we have got a lot lower average ratings throughout the squad, but we've managed to win the league. Got a lot of players unhappy as well, and this is probably due to, I noticed, we were knocked out in the playoff round by Manchester City in the Champions League. So we lost 8-9 on aggregate. Ugh. It's not great. However, we have done a domestic double, winning the league and the FA Cup, so we have won the 3 trophies in England, which is a good success. That is success.
Great success.
For Chelsea fans right now, if they said where would we want to be in 5 years, winning all 3 trophies in England, I think they would happily take that. So yeah, that was the Chelsea rebuild, and it's ended with us lifting the Premier League title. Gonna look at the leaderboard that I've just created, as I want to do more rebuilds in the future, and for the first time in a long time, Chelsea are top of the league.
Wow.
I finished the rebuild with 1 league title and 3 domestic cups, 2 Carabao and 1 FA Cup. Unfortunately, couldn't get any European trophies in. Finally, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, and if you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Napoli have gone from champions last season in the Serie A to 10th this season, completely missing out on the European spots, even though Italy most likely going to get 9 spots in Europe altogether. This club has got some wonderful players and potentially could lose some of them due to this. So it looks like the team is going to need a massive rebuild, potentially lose some good players, and then bring some better players in. This rebuild is going to take place in the 24-25 season with no European football, and then we're going to have 5 seasons from there to see if we could bring some silverware to Napoli, get them back to the top of the Serie A, and maybe even get a bit of European silverware coming in. So we are joining Napoli at the end of the 23-24 season. We've tried to emulate it as close as possible to real life, with them here finishing 9th, so that's no European football. And no European football means most likely we are going to lose our better players. So I've got Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia both on the transfer list. In real life they are both rumoured with moves away as well, so it makes sense. And that will kick off the rebuild of Napoli, and we've managed to make a massive sale. Victor Osimhen is gone, 93 million, going up to 97 million. Without European football, it's going to happen. He wanted to leave. Obviously, I think in real life, he will probably leave the season, go to, I know there's Chelsea, Arsenal interested, maybe PSG might be interested now that Mbappe's going. So yeah, it was the right thing to do. Haven't managed to sell Kvaratskhelia yet. Just not really getting any bids for him. I had a 12 million bid from AC Milan for him, which is literally a slap in the face. We'll keep going with him until we've got a suitable bid for him. But with this Osimhen money, we've been able to completely transform the side. So first we got in Belotti, just because we needed some Italian players, and he's a good backup striker. Obviously been around for ages, always been quite good. Left back, another Italian, Paresi. Got him in from Fiorentina, I'm pretty sure it is Fiorentina. Yep, Fiorentina. Got him in 35 million, something like that. 31 million. Another Italian. Got Jorginho back at Napoli. I thought this was a smart signing, considering we might lose some players in the midfield. Got him in for 15 million. Looking at his attributes, obviously, we know he's very well rounded. He's a good player. Next, we've got De Vrij as well. Just a bit more experience in centre-back because our centre-backs weren't the best. Maxime Lacroix as well to go next to him to really improve that defence, and obviously his pace will help him out. Up front to replace Osimhen, we have got in Ivan Toney. He wanted to move to a bigger club. Technically, we're bigger than Brentford. Yeah, hopefully he will do well. He's got good odds for top goal scorer in the league, so hopefully he'll get quite a few goals for us. Last big signing, Michael Olise. This is one to watch in the summer in real life because he's going to be wanted by a few teams. I think Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United will be after him, and there'll obviously be foreign clubs after him as well. But yeah, he's going to really bolster this squad, add a lot more attacking power up there with Castrovilli and Ivan Toney. This is the tactic as well, just a 4-3-3. See how it goes. Obviously, DM, I want Jorginho to really be controlling this play. It's going side to side, looking for all these players around here. These two as well on centre mid on support, hopefully will infiltrate these gaps here, get quite a few goals themselves. And then this front three should be getting plenty of goals between them. And this is, when we select the best 11, this is what comes up. Obviously all the new signings except from LaCroix is in there, but I don't mind that. He can be a sort of rotational centre back. So we've got a new look Napoli after selling one of our better players, one of our best players in Osimhen. Got to go into the first season with no European football. Hopefully that actually helps us in the league and we manage to get top 4, maybe even challenge for the title, as we probably could with this team. But that's it now for the start of season 1, and we'll see you at the end. Right, so we'll come back at the end of season 1 and we've managed to finish second. That is massive. Managed to finish second in the first season. Brilliant to get back up there. Didn't lose too many games as well. Got a lot of draws, 13 draws, but yeah, 4 losses. And I guess this has turned into a challenge. Where we not just have to rebuild Napoli. We now have to beat the juggernaut that is AC Milan. They've got 99 points. They narrowly missed out on over 100 points. Just on the last day, didn't win. They only conceded 19 goals. Scored 98, drew 3, lost 3. They drew to us and then lost to Fiorentina, Atalanta and Roma. So they nearly won every single game at home except from one. That was just Atalanta, a draw. But yeah, ridiculous. Tuchel's took over them. Obviously, they've won it 2 years in a row now because they won it in the first season on the save. Looking at our team, Di Lorenzo had a great season, 3 goals and 8 assists, getting a 7.2 average rating from 42 games. It's fantastic. Raspadori as well, got 13 goals, 10 assists as not even our backup striker. He played quite a few games. Yeah, he must have been our starting one because Ivan Toney only played 18 games. Did he get injured? That is something we'd like to know. Yes, he got a broken foot. So, yeah. Him missing 3 months of the season isn't ideal, considering he had quite a good record, 18 games and 12 goals. Castrovilli got 13 goals and 8 assists. Michael Lise 13 goals and 11 assists, which is brilliant in my book. Jorginho didn't play too well, 6.75. It's not amazing. Some of the signings I made haven't really come off that well. I mean, not too bad, 6.9 and 6.88. Looking at the other cup competition as well, we're actually runner-up in the Italian Cup in our first season. Would have been better if we did get the win, but it's good to see that we can make it that far in the competition just in our first season. All in all, not a bad first season. Good to get back in the Champions League. Hopefully next season we can challenge a bit better for the league, maybe win the domestic cup as well, and see how we do in the Champions League. So we're gonna get through the transfer market and then we'll see what happens for season 2. So we've come back at the start of season 2. 3 wins out of 3, 2-1 against Cagliari, 3-0 against Britannia, and a 4-2 away from home at Sassuolo. So yeah, we've had a great start. Looking at the teams that we've drew in the Champions League as well, we have got not a terrible draw. Like, obviously some hard teams in there as well, but I think it's one we can definitely get through the league phase in. We've got PSV first at home and Ludogorets. They should be 2 wins, if not emphatic wins. AZ as well should be another one. Inter's going to be tough, but it is at home. Arsenal probably a loss. Malmo should definitely be a win. Leverkusen probably could win as well. And Liverpool probably batter us. So looking at our transfers out, we had to sell quite a few players because Napoli were in actually a bit of financial problems. Di Lorenzo though, Saudi team was in for him and he wanted to go. It's not really much I could do about it. He's 32 now as well, so he was complaining his contract was coming up, and yeah, it's just one of them, had to go. The rest of them though were really sold due to not playing or needed to make some money up, and we got some decent prices. A little bit disappointed about Politano. He didn't want to stay, he wanted to go for more football, and only got 5 million for him as well. Our first signing was Audrey Riazzola. Got him in from Sociedad, I believe. Yeah, Sociedad for 30 million. Replacement for Di Lorenzo, a little bit cheaper, a little bit younger. Hopefully can do just as good of a job. He's already got an assist and got a very good average rating. Looking like it could be good, but let's see at the end of the season. Angel Correa come in to replace Politano. Just a good bit of squad depth to link up with Elise on the right side. Also got Memphis Depay in to help back up Castrovelli. Got in Renato Sanchez as well, 10 million. I think that's not too bad of a signing actually. He's played very well so far as well. He's probably playing as our centre mid. Now this is one of the bigger signings, I believe. Eric Garcia for centre back. Got him in from Barcelona. He's a good ball playing centre back. He's got the attributes to do it. Passing 15, positioning 15, vision 14. Very well rounded. And then lastly we got Gedson Fernandez in, who can play the DM role and the centre mid role. He is described as a world-class midfielder, so I'm just going to take the game's word for that, because we did see him at Tottenham and he wasn't anything special, but honestly his attributes here look pretty fantastic, and we got him in for less than 20 million, so it's a no-brainer really. Tactics are going to stay the same, and if we pick our best 11, this is the team that comes up. Quite strong. Now obviously we've got a couple of injuries. I personally think it'd probably be Ivan Toney in there. I've changed the attacker to an advanced forward. I might actually keep it as a complete forward just so he can help support these wingers attack as well. But yeah, the start to season 2 is looking promising. Hopefully we can advance quite well in the Champions League as well, because it would be good to get our reputation up a bit more, maybe attract a few more good players as well. Hopefully AC Milan don't do as good as they did last season, because they were incredible with 99 points. Hopefully we go one step further in the domestic cup as well, instead of finishing as the runners up, actually winning it. That is it for the start of season 2. Hopefully we are going to see you at the end, and some silverware is going to come back to Naples. Right, so we'll come back at the end of season 2 and we are champions, but I'm just quickly looking at it. I'm not 100% sure how. So we're on the same points as Inter, but we have less goal difference. So I'm not sure how it works out. Maybe it's head-to-head record, but I did notice that we had played a playoff against them. We see here, I did notice that we played a playoff against them and we managed to beat them 4-1 across 2 legs. So, and that managed to get us to win the league. Happy days. Looking at other competitions, we won the Italian Cup as well, and that was also against Inter Milan. We won 6-1 after them winning it 4 years in a row, and then we also lost in the Super Cup to Inter Milan as well. Champions League, we got to the quarter final, which I don't think is that bad, to be honest. That's a good run. We only just narrowly lost out. As you can see in the schedule, we actually knocked out Bayern Munich as well, 4-0 across 2 games. We beat Chelsea 3-1, but then lost 6-2 away from home to them, so that's not the most ideal. In the league phase, we actually finished top. We won every game but one, which we drew to Liverpool, and we scored 27 goals and only conceded 2, which is massive. So obviously the defence this season has improved massively. So looking at the players' stats for the season, Ivan Toney got 29 goals and 5 assists, pretty good. Castrovelli got 24 and 9 assists, also very good. Michael Elise, 22 and 18 assists, that is fantastic. He's really turning out to be a good player. Aaron Giza as well, 15 and 11. Gedson Fernandez as a rotation player, chipping in with 6 and 6. Finances are looking okay at the minute. I have actually had a little look at some players on expiring contracts, and I've offered for Mark Guay, but also Piers Giroud for him, so I feel like I'm probably not going to get him. But I've got Frank Kessie in, and that's a man who's got a lot of experience in the Italian league, obviously with AC Milan and Atalanta as well, who only bought him for 54k. That's brilliant. But yeah, he's a solid player. He would probably fit that either the DM role or the centre midfielder very well, and mainly needed to get one in because Jorginho is leaving at the end of the season. He's agreed to go to Brazil. I'm pretty sure that's Flamingo. Kessie was a good replacement for him, I suppose. But yeah, that's it for season 2. Brilliant season in the bag. Done the domestic double. We haven't got any money to spend, that's why I've got Frank Kessie in on a free, so maybe we might potentially sell some players, but we might have a very quiet transfer window, because there's not, the only place I'd really want to improve is centre-back. That's why I'm looking at Mark Guay to go alongside Eric Garcia. So that's it for now, and we'll see you at the start of season 3. Right, so we'll come back at the start of season 3. So far we've won 2 games, lost 1. Losing to Fiorentina isn't ideal, but you know, it's one that we do lose. So looking at the Champions League group that we've drawn into as well, it's actually a very nice draw. Very nice draw. I'd expect us to go through comfortably without needing the playoffs. Now, looking at the transfers, I know obviously I said we're probably going to have a quiet transfer window, but then everyone just kept coming in from our players, so it weren't my fault this time. So Alex Merritt has gone for 58 million to Inter. He actually initially said he didn't really want to join them, but he just accepted. So Depay gone out for a little fee. Oliveira gone out. Oriziola as well, 49 million from Al Ittihad. It's a 20 million profit in one season. And Nathan as well. Then obviously, you know, we've got Frank Kessie in. David Raya is our replacement for Merritt. We've got Levi Colwell in on a loan, which is a very good loan, I think, personally. Kalulu in there as well to strengthen the centre-back and right-back role. Scalavini, the future of Italian defending, really. Great player. Got him in for 67 million, which isn't too bad, because knowing how much you can actually sell him for. Yeah, he's gonna be the base of my defence for the rest of the rebuild. Jorginho Dest as well, got him in just to help Kalulu out of that right wing, the right back role. Karim Adeyemi in as well, just a bit of a pace merchant, really. He's taken over Depay on that rotation role on the left side. We do have a little problem. We probably have too many strikers now. So I got Victor Gyökeres in because Saudi was sniffing around Tony, and I thought, honestly, he said he wanted to go. I thought bids were gonna, I rejected the first one and I thought more bids were gonna come in. I just wanted more money up front, so I bought Gyökeres, but then the bid for Tony never come. So I've now got Gyökeres, Tony and Raspadori, but at least we ain't lacking in the goal department. So looking at the tactics, we're sticking with the same again because it's been good so far. Castrovelli being injured is probably the reason why we've lost to Fiorentina, because as you can see, he's got 5 goals in 2 games. He's doing brilliant so far already. The only thing we've changed is changing the striker to a pressing forward just to suit Gyökeres a bit more. Kessie comes in. He actually wants to put Dest and Levi Colwell in as well. That's the team for season 3. Hopefully we can do a repeat of last season, win the league. Not massively bothered if we don't win the domestic cup. It would be nice to. Hopefully we can take one step further in the Champions League, get to the semi-final, maybe even a final, not expecting to win it. So that's it for the start of season 3, and we'll see you at the end, hopefully with more silverware. So we'll come back at the end of season 3. Managed to win the league again. Great running with Inter as well. AC Milan done a lot better this season as well. 3 teams on that amount of points is very, very good. We've improved by 4 points, and looking at the other competitions, we've also won the Italian Cup and the Italian Super Cup, so we've done the domestic treble. I'm pretty sure the Super Cup is only between the top 4 though. And in the Champions League, we're knocked out by Chelsea again. Checking out the squad stats for this season, Castrovelli, honestly an amazing season. 33 goals and 18 assists from the wing is fantastic. Michael Lise, brilliant on the other side as well. Gyökeres, not amazing, but maybe he's just playing a support, maybe more of a support striker for these 2 wingers. Berenguer had a great return again, 11 and 14 is fantastic. But yeah, that's it for season 3. Fantastic season again. Not great in the Champions League, but getting drawn against Chelsea 2 years in a row, you can't. They're obviously going to have a good team. We're going to go into the transfer window now for season 4. Do some business, maybe. So yeah, we'll see you after the transfer window. So we'll come back at the start of season 4. Had a great start to the season, winning all 4 games in the league and only conceding 1 goal. If we look at the fixtures that we've got in the Champions League as well, we've actually got a lot tougher this season. Got Sporting Lisbon, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Falcao, Chelsea, Barcelona, Salzburg and Valencia. Now looking at our transfers, had a decently busy season again. Managed to sell Frank Kessie, who only joined last season on a free transfer, but now he's gone back to Saudi for 79 million altogether. Raspadori's gone as well, only for 9 million, but just didn't ever play and was taking up a lot of wages. Karim Adeyemi's gone already as well. He wanted to leave. Made a slight profit on him. And Lacroix's gone as well. On the ins, we've got Van Erwijk from Coventry in on a free. Just a good backup right back. Got Wilfried Gnonto in on a free as well from Leeds. Bringing him back to Italy. Just replacing Karim Adeyemi. Nice good free transfer here as well. Bruno Fernandes. Very good player. Is 32 now, but obviously he's miles above what we had in that centre mid role. And he's already chipped in with 2 goals. And then with the Kessie money, we signed Nico Gonzalez as well. 40 million, he had a release clause. He is a very good player as well. And Alan Varela as well, both from Porto. They've gained about 90 million off me this season. So looking at the best 11, this is what it comes up with. Obviously, all them midfielders come in because that's better than what we had previously. Changed Bruno Fernandes to an attack role just to utilise his full potential for the team. Looking strong now with them wins that we've had already. It's looking promising for doing a little bit better in the Champions League, I believe. But yeah, that's it for the start of season 4. Hopefully progress in the Champions League like we wanted to do before. Maybe avoid Chelsea this year. But yeah, maybe we can actually reach a final, maybe. Or maybe even win it. But yeah, we'll see you at the end of season 4. So we're back again at the end of season 4. And we've actually managed to have a historic season in the Serie A. Don't know if you can see up there, but 38 games played, 35 won, 3 drawn, 0 losses. That is massive. I've only managed to go unbeaten once before, and that was also in the Serie A. Maybe it's just a good luck charm for me. I did it before with AC Milan in like FM20, I think. But yeah, that's an insane season. 125 goals as well. Only 17 conceded. Fiorentina scoring 4 against me. Parma scoring 3. 108 goal difference. 108 points. As we see here, David Raya got 26 clean sheets. That's 8 higher than the next, which is Alex Merritt, our former goalkeeper. Victor Gyökeres and Castrovelli had a great season as well, 31 and 25 goals. Now to look at the other competitions as well. We've also won the Italian Cup, so that means we have gone unbeaten domestically altogether. We've won the Super Cup as well, and still got knocked out in the round of 16 in the Champions League. just can't seem to get past that. It's PSG this time, who have obviously, oh my god, they've added Vinicius Jr. as well as Mbappe, Antonio Silva. They've got Di Lorenzo as well, Donnarumma still. Absolutely insane team. But yeah, it's an amazing season overall. I can't believe we've managed to go unbeaten. That's 3 titles in a row now. And I think this might be the best season I've probably ever had. That's so many points. And I can't help but to think it's maybe due to this man, Bruno Fernandes. I know we revitalised the whole midfield, but he's looking at his stats. And he can't dribble anymore apparently, but the man is still dynamite. Look at them stats, unreal. So looking at the season stats then for everyone, highest average rating was Michael Olise with 19 goals and 22 assists. He is an all-rounder. He gets so many assists. Bruno Fernandes with 20 assists and 12 goals as well. That's incredible. Kvaratskhelia 29 and 13. Wilfred Gnonto with 12 and 11 as well, coming off the bench. That is pretty good. Even Ivan Toney managed to get 11 with all that spared game time. So yeah, that is it for the end of season 4. We've capped off an amazing season, going unbeaten in the league, well, domestically altogether. Me and Michael Olise have now ended up on the favourite people at the club. Hopefully, we after this, and Kvaratskhelia as well. Hopefully, we can end up in the icons. I don't think we'll get anywhere close to Diego Maradona, but maybe with a Champions League win. But yeah, incredible season. We just need to build on it in Europe now. Need to try and get past the round of 16 or quarterfinals. I don't know how we're doing so well in the league, and then just the Champions League, maybe they're too strong for us, and the Italian league isn't what we thought it was. But yeah, we're going to go through the transfer window now, see if there's any areas we can improve. Maybe defensively a little bit, because I think the attacking is close to perfect. So yeah, we'll see you at the start of season 5. So we're back again for season 5, final chance to win the Champions League with Napoli. So far we've had a decent start to the season. We have actually dropped points already, but we've kept 3 clean sheets. Drew 1-1 to Bologna away, not worst in the world. Looking at our Champions League fixtures as well, we've got Newcastle and Arsenal back to back. Then we've got Sporting and Cologne, hopefully can win both of them, both at home. AC Milan as well, which is going to be a tough game. Barcelona tough. And then the last 2 are hard to go away to, but hopefully we can get 2 wins there and easily get through. So looking at our sales, Lobotka went on a free, Ivan Toney went on a free as well, and we sold Isaac Hayden, and this was due to us bringing in Zabani in on a free. I mean, he's a very good player. Obviously it's gonna give us, to be honest, it might be a starting centre-back now over Kalulu and Garcia, but yeah, it gives us a lot more depth in at centre-back. And we brought in Federico Valverde to really strengthen up that midfield. Now we've got 4 world-class, I'd say, world-class centre-mids. And yeah, he started well. Average rating is 7.57 so far. He's got 2 assists in 3 games. Not too shabby. It's going to stay the same again for the last time. Yeah, the team's going to be the exact same. Obviously, Valverde will come in and out of that team. He has played all games so far, but he's injured at the minute. Gyökeres has started really well again with 5 goals. Kvaratskhelia as well, 4 goals, and he's got 8.2 average rating, which is sensational. But yeah, that's it for the final season. It's our last chance to win the Champions League. I want to say I'm hopeful to do it, but we just seem to can't get past the round of 16. We're going to go simulate the last season. So yeah, we're going to go simulate the last season. Fingers crossed, but we'll see you at the end of season 5. So our Champions League knockout run started at Villarreal with a very impressive 3-1 win away, sinking the Yellow Submarine. And then the Misery Compiler, a 2-0 win very dominant at home with them not even having a shot on target. Then came PSG, a very tough test as I've got an extremely strong team, but we were resilient and drew 1-1 and took it to the second leg where we also drew 1-1, playing a lot stronger, scoring in the first minute, but then an own goal after we only held PSG to 1 shot on target. But penalties was a decider and Serginho Dest stood up and finished the last penalty. Next came Real Madrid, where we faced a familiar face, and unfortunately for him, he got injured in that game and we battered Real Madrid only 2-0, but dominated them in the stats, Nonto getting 2 goals. And then in the second leg, it was reversed. Although we scored two early goals, we only managed to get 3 shots on target in the whole game, and were lucky to hold on after they replied with 2 goals in 2 minutes. And finally came the final, Barcelona against Napoli, the Diego Maradona derby. Both sides had early chances. Napoli was pressing high up against the Barcelona defence and were unfortunate not to score. Eric Garcia picked up the ball, played it to Castrovelli, he played in Gyökeres, and a deflected shot beats Peña in the Barcelona goal, making it 1-0. Barcelona then had a chance from a corner, however it was disallowed as Upamecano was offside. Upamecano was offside after a shot deflected off his back. Again, Napoli were putting on the press, winning the ball high and creating chances. They failed to get a second goal after Peña made a great save. Chances kept coming for both sides, and Konate forced a great save out of Rea, and that save ended up being a Champions League winning save, as Napoli ended the game 1-0, beating Barcelona and winning their first ever Champions League. And this completed the quad for the season, winning the Serie A as well, not unbeaten this time, 3 losses but many goals, a lot of points again. AC Milan were very good this season, but they just got too many losses, and that makes it 4 in a row for Napoli. It also makes 4 Italian Cups in a row for Napoli as well. They've won the domestic double 4 seasons in a row, beating Fiorentina 2-0 in the final, with Gyökeres and Scalvini scoring. So Gyökeres scoring in both the big finals. The Italian Super Cup was also won by Napoli this season. After going 4-0 down, they went 4-0 down to AC Milan in 26 minutes, and they come back, replying with 5 straight goals to win the game 5-4. I think that's actually one of the most insane games I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. And AC Milan even missed a penalty to equalise. But yeah, that finishes the Napoli rebuild. After 5 seasons, we've managed to win 4 league titles, just not winning in the first season, and 8 cups as well, 7 domestic and 1 Champions League. This puts Napoli on a total of 12 trophies for the season, tying on with the Sheffield United rebuild. However, Napoli have done it in half the time, only 5 seasons. Just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you check out my other videos, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment who you want to see me rebuild next. But yeah, this has been a massively successful rebuild. 12 trophies in 5 seasons, the best so far. And if you enjoyed this video and you're still here, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to catch more. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far as well. Hit over 50 subscribers now, and that is massively appreciated. That's a massive goal for me. And now on to the next milestones. So thank you again, and we'll catch you in the next one. So one of the biggest clubs in France, Olympique Lyon, have been relegated into the 2nd division in that country.
Hold on a minute, player.
Yeah, so since I recorded this video, Olympique Lyon have actually been reinstated back to Ligue 1. But completely ignore that. We're in a fantasy world where they have been relegated and we have to rebuild them. Okay, PSA over, thank you. This is after the club has had some woeful financial problems, having to sell some of their young talents as well. So in this video, we're going to have 5 years to rebuild them, get back into the top division, and beat PSG to the Ligue 1 title. Can it be done? I guess we're going to find out. Right, so we are back with another rebuild. Finally, after so long. Don't actually know when the last one was. But we have got Lyon here today. And as we know, hopefully as we know, they have recently been relegated to League 2 or 2 for financial reasons. But they are actually, if we have a look, still in the Europa League, as it says continental competition, Europa League. So they are still in the Europa League. Finances actually don't look too bad on the game. Not sure what it's like there. They ain't that bad either. Lyon, obviously a very historic club in France, as you can see by the titles there. I think they last won it, was it 2008? Yeah, 2008. Obviously, as you can see, in the early 2000s, they won a lot of trophies. They won every single one they've got in a row, but they haven't really won a lot lately. And obviously, with their relegation, they need a massive, massive rebuild. So at the minute, I'm unsure what to do with the squad because no one wants to leave just yet on this updated database. No one wants to leave just yet. There are some young players who we might keep as well, but obviously we've lost Cherky and we've lost some other players as well. Can I actually see? Lacazette has gone as well. Doesn't actually say Cherky on that, but yeah, we have lost some players. But I think for the first season, obviously we've got a Europa League as well, but we should easily go back up into the top division. I think we're just going to simulate through and just see where we finish and how well we do. At the minute, we are just going to play a 4-3-3, I think. Nothing too extravagant. Obviously, it's focusing play down the wings. Not going to put work ball into box off. It's high tempo, short passing, counter press, counter, and we'll just leave this blank. And then obviously pressing very much often and high line. Let's see how we get on. I think I might come back at the end of the transfer window, see if anyone wants to leave. If they do, I will sell them. And because I can't really buy anyone at the minute because there's no money. But yeah, so let's either skip forward to the end of the transfer window or to the end of the season. Right, so we are back at the end of the season, and as expected, we have gone up champions of the league. We only lost one time with 95 points. We lost away to 6th place, which is Ajaccio. We drew 2 times as well. Ajaccio again, we actually didn't beat them, and Montpellier as well at home. But yeah, 92 points. We got knocked out of the round of 16 in the Europa League by Sporting Lisbon. 6-5 on aggregate overall. And actually Fenerbahce went on to win that. And then we managed to get to the French Cup final as well. But obviously met by PSG and got an absolute hammering. When looking at goals, our highest top goal scorer is 22, which is the Georgian player. He must have played up front for us. Got 22 goals in 26 games, is a pretty good return, but obviously expected with how well we did. Our centre-back actually got 10 goals as well. Well, another centre-back got 15, so yeah, we must have been quite effective from corners. Yeah, that is the end of Season 1 though. There's going to be, hopefully, a bit of transfer work in the summer. We have got nearly 30 million to play with and quite a healthy wage budget as well. But obviously there's going to be no Europe next season as we didn't win either of the Cup or the Europa League. So it is just the league to focus on. So let's simulate now to the end of the transfer window in Season 2. Right, so we have come back to the end of the transfer window and we have made quite a few signings, to be fair. We have brought in Pedro Neto for 7.5 million, which I think is an absolute steal for a great player. Ryan Aït-Nouri as well, left Man City quite soon. 20 million going up to 24, not too bad. These players on the right we have got rid of, just players that definitely were not good enough. We've brought in Kimpembe on a free, Kessie on a free, Sancho on a free, Laporte on a free, Meslier on a free, Daka on a free, Renato Sanchez on a free. we have very much utilised the free transfer system. And then we had a little bit of an issue at right back. Talisu actually was kicking off, so I bought in Rosa from Sporting Gijón, who actually they just got relegated, so he was quite cheap and he looks pretty good. And then Sedilia as well has come back to France. Has he ever played in France? Metz, but never played. Went to Freiburg on a free, and that's where he really developed himself. He actually scored quite a few goals in the... I wonder if he was a penalty taker. But yeah, so if we look at our strongest team, this is it for now. It is quite strong now, I believe. Some of the players are very good for this level. And if we look at the schedule so far, we've had a brilliant start. 2-0 win away from home, 6-1 win against Lens. A draw against Marseille at Marseille is not too bad, and it was with a late goal as well. And then we have just beat Angers 5-1 as well, an absolute demolition job. We don't actually play PSG until December, and if we look at the standings so far, we've got 10 points. PSG on 7, they have already got a loss, and that was to Nantes. But yeah, this season we're expected to qualify for the Champions League top 4, which I think we can easily do. Get to the quarterfinal of the cup as well. It should be a little bit easier considering we don't have any Europe to play with, but that is the squad for now, and now we are going to simulate to the end of season 2. Right, so we have come to the end of season 2, and as we can see at the top there, it does say that we finished second, which is very good for our first season. And if we look at how our players did, our top goal scorer was the Georgian again. I'm not even going to try and attempt his name. Pedro Neto had a very good season. His average rating is quite high up there as well. Patson Daka did very well off the bench as well. Sancho did okay, chipped in with 21 goal and assists. Obviously we weren't as good at corners this season because obviously he didn't play as many games, but our centre backs didn't get anywhere as near as much goals. But if we do look at the competitions, yeah, we finished second. We've got Champions League football for next season. We finished narrowly behind PSG. It weren't too far away, only 7 points, but considering we only got promoted last season, that's pretty good. But we did end up winning the French Cup, which is amazing. First trophy if you don't include the second division, and we won the final 5-1. Very dominant in the game, 3.5 XG. Let's have a look if we can see some of the goals and how we are playing. So Rosas has it on the right hand side, plays the ball back to Tesserman, and it falls to Sancho at the back post. They got a goal back with a free kick that fell to Enema. Actually, that goal has been disallowed, I believe. Not too sure. Another one from a corner, Laporte. And now a goal from the winger, smashing it into the back post. Goal from a free kick where Laporte's headed it across again for him. That is 4-1 at the minute. And then the final goal is from a corner to the back post where Laporte headers it in. Yeah, so a highly successful season back in the Champions League. We do have 22 million to play with and a bit of wage budget as well. Where we need to probably strengthen, if we have a look, this is currently our best team. Where we probably need to strengthen is maybe in midfield a little bit. Obviously Kesse is a little bit older, and we might need to get in a striker who gets more towards the 30 goals. Maybe bring in a new goalkeeper as well. But that is the end of season 2. Now we're going to simulate to the start of season 3 and probably get towards the end of the transfer window and see what new signings we have made. Right, so we are back at the end of the transfer window and we have made some signings. So we have brought in Leon Delap for 15 million. Obviously I said about we might need to bring in another striker. He was available. 15 million is not a bad price, and he does look quite good for this league. We've brought in Mads Engard as well. He was available, looks very good. Obviously I don't know too much of him. We got him from Mould for 4.2 million. He just looks quite good. Go back onto him. Yeah, looks quite good on the ball as a ball winning midfielder as well, and his mentals and physicals look very good as well. And then we've signed a new goalkeeper. We've got Aaron Ramsdale from Southampton for 28 million. Tobias Gilson as well. Gilson got him in from Inter Milan for 12 million, and it's another one who looks quite good in the midfield. Obviously we have overhauled the midfield quite a bit. We have sold quite a few as well. As we can see here on the right hand side, one of our backup centre backs has gone out. Daka's gone as well to Notts Forest. Perry, who is the goalkeeper, obviously while we've got Aaron Ramsdale in, has gone to Monaco for 15 million, and Musa Nakete as well, nearly 10 million. And he was obviously in the first season, he was scoring all the goals from centre back. And there's a lot more that have gone out as well. We've got rid of Paletica, Sanchez, Vinicius, but we've brought in Torre in on a free, another backup striker. Danny Ceballos as well on a free. Joe Willock as well. Roger Ibanez has come in for centre back, and obviously he does look very good actually. His defending and his physicals and mentals look very, very, very good. This guy here, Mick Hoot, I don't know, French, and managed to get him on a free as well, and his stats do look very good. Hopefully he could play in that deep line playmaker role quite well. Delane Bakwa as well, another French player, and we got him in on a free from Strasbourg, and it looks like quite a good one because he does look like a very good winger. And then finally, backup left back to help Aït-Nouri is Larios in on a free from Southampton. So now with our team, if we look at our strongest 11, this is what is available. Leon Delap has got 6 goals already in the games we have played. We will look at them games in a minute. So it does look like a very good signing to start with, and a lot of the new signings do come in to help out, but it was mainly to strengthen the bench, as we can see we have. So now looking at the league table, we have collected 6 points from 3 games. We managed to lose against Saint Etienne, who are in 3rd place at the minute after winning all 3, and they've beat me and Marseille already, so they've had a very, very good start. If we actually look at our schedule and how it's gone, we lost in the Trophy de Champions against PSG. Obviously it's always going to be a tough one. Played Reims in the first league game. Leon Delap got 2 goals in that one. Kessie and Tolisso also scored, and then we beat Nantes 6-0 as well, which is a very good result. Leon Delap with a hat-trick, Pedro Neto with 2, and Gilson got a goal as well. Unfortunately, obviously we did lose against Saint Etienne, but is away from home against a tough team. Now looking at our Champions League group that we've been given as well, it's a tough one. We've got Chelsea, Seville, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Anderlecht, Rangers, PSG and Juventus. So it is a tough one. If we manage to get through, that would be quite impressive. Hopefully we can manage to at least get the playoffs. Right, so now we are going into season 3. We're going to simulate to the end of the season, and hopefully we can maybe pick up the French Cup again, maybe challenge a bit harder for the title, and do quite well in Europe. Let's see you at the end of season 3. Right, so we are at the end of season 3, and we've actually managed to go backwards, I believe. So in 2nd place again, but we have dropped a lot more points, and PSG were a lot better than they were before, only losing 1 time, and that was right at the start of the season. We made it to the knockout rounds in the Champions League as well, but Barcelona is who we met, and they were way too strong for us. We got knocked out of the 11th round as well, which is quite early in the French Cup. We came up against Marseille, so a tough draw, but that was won again by PSG. Leon Delap ended with 30 goals in the season, so that's actually what we wanted. We said that we wanted a striker who would get more towards 30 goals, and he did it. Pedro Neto and Sancho helping a lot with the goals as well, but other than that, there weren't much to write home about. We've roughly got 25 million again, not a lot of wage budget to play with, but we definitely are going to need something. In terms of their overall balance as well, we've actually quite massively improved it. They are now considered rich, whereas obviously before they were struggling. There's not much debt to the club either, only got a little bit of transfer debt. So if we look at the team as well, we're sort of not really struggling anywhere. Got some good average ratings, but maybe we can improve. Again, the DM position is something maybe we need to look at, and one of the attacking wingers as well, because although Pedro Neto is doing very well, obviously he's not very highly rated, and he probably could be inconsistent, as we can see with the last 5 games. But yeah, so we're going to simulate to the end of the transfer window in the start of season 4. We need to at least try and win the league before the end of the rebuild. That will be our main goal, and hopefully we can do well in Europe as well. Right, so we have come back at the start of season 4, and we have made quite a few signings, to be fair. We've brought in Marin Soticek, I believe. He is a winger just to help provide some attacking prowess to our wingers and going forward. On here we have sold quite a few players as well. We have sold Traore, who only came in on a free the season before, just wasn't working out for him. Loaned out Fofana. Laporte left on a free. Danny Ceballos left as well. Kimpembe left. Ernest left. Joe Willock left as well for 26 million. We actually got in the end for him. Tesserman's gone as well, and the Georgian up front has finally left. He's gone to Dortmund after we have replaced him with obviously Liam Delap. And furthermore, we brought in Tomori, who is a good centre-back. Hopefully, well, he's actually fractured his lower leg, so not doing too great so far. Brought in Mason Mount on a free. Obviously, I have done a lot of strengthening to the midfield, but when there's players like this on a free, he is obviously massively helps the squad depth. Bitstrup on a free as well, who's very good. He's one of our better players now in that position. And Boubacar Kamara on a free as well, giving him a very high wage, to be honest, with 200k, but our defensive midfield role was needed to be improved. We brought in this player Vinloff to come in at left back, and it seems he is starting most of the games. And Sir Catty as well. He is a Australian centre back. Got him from Parma, I believe it was. Yes, it was. And he does look quite a good player. Hopefully can shore up that defence a bit. And to be honest, looking how we have started, if we just ignore this one game against PSG where we conceded 4, but obviously that's always going to be a struggle away from home to PSG. We did beat them 1-0 in the Trophy de Champs, so we have got 1 trophy in the bag already. Not a massive one, but still, got to win on. Beat Rennes 4-1, beat Nice 5-0, Troyes 3-0, and Marseille 3-0 as well. Marseille beating Nice and Marseille with such a big goal line is very, very impressive. We are going to stick with the same formation as well, and if we pick our best 11, this is what comes up for us. 8 Nori does actually go in, but Vinloff has been playing some of the games. It takes Sancho out to the right where normally he's been playing on the left, and Soticek slips in that left-handed side attacking role. There is a lot of teams doing well in the league so far. We've got 2 on 12 points and 3 on 13 points, so we are 4th, but with us only losing to PSG, hopefully we can do a lot better than we did last season. Maybe this is the year that we finally challenge for the league title, but the only way we're going to find that out is if we simulate to the end of season 4. Right, so we've come to the end of season 4 and we've actually gone backwards. We've finished 3rd. Liam Delap's got some good goals again, 29. Sancho and Engard helping out in there as well. And Pedro Neto did well with the most assists as well, 13. We got knocked out in the playoff round again by Dortmund. In the league table, we finished 15th. We actually got 4 wins as well, but 3 losses to Tottenham, Juventus and Inter Milan. Draw to RB Leipzig also. But yeah, in the league, we've actually improved points wise, but Monaco did a lot better. We lost 4 times and twice to Monaco, so they actually deserve to be above us. And losing at home to Montpellier is not ideal either. A lot of draws again, so we need to actually try and get out of them draws. We have got 22 million to play with, quite a decent amount in the wage budget as well. Yes, we have. So obviously next season is the last season. Hopefully we can take down PSG in the last season and achieve our goal of winning the league title. Right, so we'll come back at the start of season 5 and we are at the end of the transfer window, and we haven't really done much except for spend 70 million on Savio or Silvinho from Man City. A very strong winger, obviously played in the French league before, and his stats say it all really. They are very, very good. We also managed to get Manu Kone in on a free, currently injured at the minute, but he is also another very, very good midfielder. And the only out we've got is Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well. If we look at the tactic, I've slightly changed it, gone to 2 centre mids instead. This has worked previously on a tactic that is on my YouTube channel already. I will leave the link in below for it. But if we pick the best 11, this is the team that shows. Obviously very good team at the minute. There's been quite a few goals already and quite high average rating already. But if we look at the league, we are currently unbeaten, but we have got 2 draws. One being Saint Etienne away from home and PSG at home as well, 3-3. But we've got 3 wins already. PSG obviously only dropped points to us, so they are 2 points ahead of us at the minute. We do need to beat them in the league this season if we want to complete the rebuild. Our goal was just to win the league, considering PSG is such a powerhouse. In the Champions League, we have been drawn up against Ajax, Rangers, Club Brugge, Man City, Porto, Salzburg, Newcastle and Real Madrid. One of the easier group stages we've had so far. Obviously the goal of this rebuild was to win the league, stopping that powerhouse that is PSG, and this is our last attempt. So the only way we're going to find out if we can do that for the final time in the episode is simulate to the end of the season. So we have come back at the end of season 5, and finally we have won the league over PSG with a 7-point difference, a very healthy goal difference as well. We only lost 2 games, both at home as well, which is surprising, against Nice and Strasbourg, but they are obviously up there. 5 draws as well: Brest, Lorient, Nantes, PSG and Saint Etienne, all very good clubs, except from obviously Brest are quite down there as well, so that is a surprising draw. But a lot of wins, some highlights in there as well, with a 7-0 win we can see there. That is massive for the club. We seem to go first halfway through the season and then just keep on going. On top of that as well, we have won the French league, so we have done the domestic double. But however, in the Champions League, we did get knocked out in the league phase, which is very, very unfortunate. If we actually take a look at the schedule as well, a lot of points were dropped at the beginning, but then we went on an insane run. Don't worry about the Champions League, it wasn't so great there, but a massive turning point. You can probably look towards beating PSG away from home 2-1, and then since then we only slipped up with 1 loss and 1 draw, only dropping 4 points in the second half of the season. And it is an amazing achievement. Now, if we look at the squad, Leon Delap has got 31 goals and 10 assists. He has constantly been around that 30 goal mark. I think he's got 60 goals in 3 seasons. Let's see. He must have played a little bit longer than he's obviously got 79 goals. Savio as well, very good. Silvinho, as we know him now, 20 goals and 18 assists. He obviously was a massive factor in us winning the title this season, as he topped the assist record as well, and Engard in there helping out as well. Looking at the average ratings as well, obviously Savio with a 7.48 is extremely good. Most of our starting team had a green rating, which is good to see. Just in case we were interested, after winning the league, they did actually leave me with 10 million for the next season, which is surprising, as I have not a bad balance, but you know, last season we did lose a lot of money. So that is the end of the Lyon rebuild. We have successfully brought them back into the top division, and we have beaten PSG to the league in the last season. Unfortunately, we couldn't do very well in Europe. If we had another 5 years, maybe we could have competed in Europe as we started to progress literally towards the end of the rebuild. But that is it for this episode and this rebuild. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe if you want to catch more, as I have started a journeyman series as well. Alongside that, I'm going to do some rebuilds and maybe some tactic videos. But that is it for now, and we'll catch you in the next one. What the? Yeah, and then for some reason his mate was also on the transfer list. And this is where the insanity begins. Preston North End are one of the oldest teams in English football, founded in 1863. In the first Football League season in 1888, Preston actually managed to win all 18 games, winning it completely unbeaten, and then followed that by a FA Cup win the next season. Since then, there hasn't been too much to write home about, except from an FA Cup win in 1938. However, they have had some famous managers down the line. In the early days, they had the great Bill Shankly, and more recently, they had David Moyes, who had a great stint at Preston before going to Everton. However, they have never been in the Premier League. So here's the challenge today. We're going to get Preston into the Premier League. We're going to try and win it at least once. I also want to win 2 domestic cups, and finally win one of the 3 European trophies. This might be a bit of a tough task as they are currently not in the best place financially, but can we turn this team around, get them back into the Premier League and winning some silverware? Right, so we've gone a little bit into this season. We've done the transfer window, played 5 games so far and got 10 points, which is not a bad start at all. We lost our first game, bit unfortunate. We lost in the last minute, but then went through in the Carabao Cup, beat Sunderland at home with a last goal minute winner as well. Drew 0-0 with Sheffield Wednesday, isn't the best. Won 3-0 at Swansea, beat Bolton 1-0, and Stoke we beat 3-0 as well. A lot of clean sheets so far, only conceding in our first 2 games and then ain't conceded for 5 games. So pretty good going so far, and that is due to the tactic that I did in a video recently. If you missed it, make sure to check out that video. It'll probably be on the icon in the corner. But yeah, I've slightly changed it to an advanced forward instead of a deep line forward. See if that will help a little bit, because when I did the simulations in that, it weren't too impressive, but playing the game it was really, really good. But yeah, it's a good start so far, and as you probably had seen, we've only made a few signings. Danny Rose has come in just for a bit of cover at left back. Diego Roland's come in, who's actually had a really impressive start, got a 7.4 average rating. He's got 2 man of the matches already from 4 games, and he's got 3 goals and 1 assist. And then we signed a youngster called Kyle John on loan from Everton, just a bit of backup at the right wing back, as we haven't got many players who can play that role. But yeah, quite an impressive start so far. If we do get into the playoffs or automatic promotion, I will be quite surprised, because we haven't really changed the team too much. But let's see how we do. Can we make it out of the championship at the first attempt? Let's see as we simulate to the end of season 1. And the answer is no. Preston North End have finished 13th, 23 points off playoffs. I'm not going to lie, all the top 6 teams have a lot of points, but yeah, that's quite disappointing. A lot of improvement going to be needed for the next season. Quite a decent amount of goals in the team, but maybe the defence is quite weak. Some good assists there from the wing backs. But yeah, some work is definitely going to be needed with this team. Checking out the other cup competitions, FA Cup we got knocked out by Arsenal in the 4th round, which we only lost 2-0, which isn't too bad. And then got knocked out in the Carabao Cup by Ipswich, who finished 5th in the league. So yeah, a lot of work to be done in the transfer window. But yeah, let's see if we can make some moves and really bolster this squad for the second season. And that's exactly what we did. We made a little bit of money, 6.5 million, selling quite a few players. Got rid of Freddie Woodman as well, our starting goalkeeper, for 5 million to West Ham. But the reason for that is we managed to get Castells from Wolfsburg in on a free, which is a mega upgrade. He's a fantastic experienced goalkeeper. I couldn't believe he wanted to join, and it's only 22k a week as well. Brought in Sergio Gomez on loan from Man City to bolster up the left side. Emil Kraft from Newcastle as well on a free, and he started extremely well, getting 3 goals already in 7 games. Another good signing on loan this time, Jamie Donnelly from Tottenham. He's got 7 goals in 7 games so far. And then we've got some squad players like Jack Cork, Matthias Jensen and Edwards as well, who is one for the future. Got him at a decent price, but yeah, got him in from Arsenal. Nice. I think it's a good signing as long as he grows well. For our centre-back partnership as well, we got in Luke McAnally and Courtney House to go along with him. And furthermore, we signed Andre Gomez to play centre mid. He's a very experienced player. Only on 8k a week as well. He's already scored 2 goals in 6 games. He's doing very well. And this is the new look team. Changed the formation a little bit to suit some of the players. Still playing quite a defensive way. Obviously, these wing backs will go forward. These half backs will probably slot in, and it will stay as a 4 at the back. And then we'll just attack with these and these 4 up here in like a triangle formation. Changed it to balance as well from attacking, just to see if that allows us to defend a little bit better, but also counter them on the attack as well. We also signed Dele Alli as well. I forgot about that. Got Dele Alli in from Everton for 350k. Hopefully we can revitalise his career, personally. He's on the bench for us though, but he's played 2 and got 1 goal, so it's good to see. And this revitalised Preston team has had a great start to the season. In the league, we've won 5 and drew 2, and we're through to the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup as well, but we have got Tottenham, so we could go out in the next game. We've also got Leicester in the next league game as well, which could be a loss, but yeah, it's looking a lot more promising. So got some good wins in there as well. 5-0 against Blackpool, 3-1 against Cardiff, who are quite high up at the table. West Brom 3-1 is a good win, and 4-3 against Birmingham. So yeah, cracking start to season 2. Is this a season when we manage to get into the Premier League? I guess we'll find out after we simulate this season. And that's exactly just what we did. Finished 2nd in the league, 83 points. It's actually less than what Sixth got last season, but promotion is promotion. We finished 2nd, 80 goals, 61 conceded. Sunderland sort of ran away with it. Very good. Looking at the squad stats then, wing-backs very important, got quite a lot of assists between them. The goals, Edwards stepped up quite well. After we did have Jamie Donnelly, but he sort of just left us halfway through the season. Maybe he wasn't being played in the preferred position. But yeah, promotion. In the Cups, we were knocked out by Bristol City in the FA Cup 4th round, and 3rd round by Tottenham Hotspur. It's the exact same how we did last season. Looking at our budget for next season, we've got nearly 30 million. Decent amount of wage. We've already got 2 players in. Looking at bringing in Angina as well. A little sneak peek into what sort of signings we are making next season. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough, because I don't think a lot of players are going to want to join us, but we've just got to make it work. Well, we managed to bolster up our finances a little bit with a few sales. Brought in 7 million, just a few players gone out. The majority of the players are already at Brighton. Obviously nowhere near good enough for the Premier League, so they had to go. And one of our first signings is Sumare from Leicester. Obviously they didn't come up with us. They've failed to get promotion 2 years in a row, and we got him in for 20 million, which I think is a very good signing. His stats are very good. Obviously he's probably going to play the half-back role in our formation, and as you can see on there, he could probably do it very well. He's going to be our best player. Made a lot of free signings. Got Saito in, who can play the shadow striker role. Siler as well, who can also do the same role. Got Ian Matson in for left back, as Sergio Gomez has gone back to Man City. I probably could have picked up Gomez again, but I just fancied a change. Ian Matson's obviously a very good player, as we know. got to a Champions League final in real life. And yeah, I thought it'd be a nice, it's a decent contract, not too bad. And we got him in for 12.5 million. So not mega expensive. Now in for centre back, we've got in Sturgeon, 30k a week, pretty good. Got him for 9 million. Hopefully he'll bolster up that centre back role. He probably is now one of our best centre backs, if not our best one. Got Victor Lindelof in on a free, which he's, along with Sturgeon, will be hopefully a good partnership to sort out our defence. He's got very good stats, only 35k as well. Yeah, very experienced international player with 82 caps for Sweden. A couple of more free signings just to bolster up the squad in Riedewald and Isaac Success. And now, lastly, defensive cover for Matson, maybe play a rotational role with him, is Luca Netz. Got him in from Everton, he was at, for 7.5 million, which I think is pretty good. They picked him up for 2.5. But yeah, 7.5, not too bad. Got Sean Longstaff in on a free as well. Good player in the centre of the park. Hopefully can do a bit. Simon Angira as well. He could play, most likely play up top for us. Got good pace. And finally, Connor Bradley on loan to help with Emil Kraft at right back. And that leaves the team looking like this. It's definitely improved a lot. We've reverted back to our original formation just because I think it's a bit more solid defensively, and in the Premier League for the first couple of seasons we're going to need that. So hopefully it holds strong in defence, but we can still counter other teams. And looking at the fixtures so far, we are unbeaten. We drew our first 2 games, 0-0 to Fulham, 2-2 with Southampton, scoring a last-minute equaliser. Beat Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, and then we've got Arsenal in the third round away. And we beat Forest 3-1, which is the games we need to win. So that is a massive, massive win. Got some tough months ahead of us though, but hopefully we can hang on for survival. But let's see if we do that at the end of this season. And we didn't just hang on, we managed somehow to finish 8th. And as we can see there, that means we've got the Conference League for next season, which sets us up for one of our targets of winning one of the European trophies. Because I think realistically that'll be the one we win, if any. So yeah, finished 8th in the league. Knocked out by Bristol City in the FA Cup in the third round, that's not good. Knocked out by Arsenal, we did expect that. As we can see from the league positions as well, we were mid-table the whole time. We didn't really move from 9th and 8th and 10th. The lowest we were was 14th at one stage. And then, yeah, straight up there all the way. We jumped from 10th to 8th on the last game of the season, so these 2 teams must have lost and we won. You see there, we won, beat Chelsea 3-0 after losing 3 games in a row. So let's look at the schedule. Where we left off was Forest. We then beat Brighton away from home, which is good. 3, 4, 5 losses on the bounce, not ideal, but it was a very tough period. A lot of good teams there. Beating Newcastle's good. Lost to Arsenal again. Picking up points against them 3 teams is where we needed it. Lost to Bournemouth isn't great, I think, as they got relegated. 3-0 against Leeds, pretty good. Any standout victories? 4-0 over Brighton, that's pretty. 3-0 over Villa, that's good. 3-2 over Man City, beat Man City in the league. Last minute winner from Ian Matson. The finances now are looking very good. We were a bit unstable in the first couple of seasons, but now 60 million in the white. Rich as well, and that means for next season we've got 40 million to spend. Probably have to play around with the budget a little bit. Castille's had a very good average rating, 7.12, which is good for the goalkeeper. Ian Matson and Bradley had a very good season as well. Assist wise, Ian Matson was the highest with 11, Bradley with 9, Bradley with 7, sorry. Seiler got 9 and 10 goals as well. That's very good from support shadow striker. And the highest goals was 12 from Isaac Success. Probably need to do a little bit better than that next season, so we might have to look at investing in a striker. But got us 8th in the league. So can't really complain. But yeah, very impressive season, first season in the Premier League. Really good stepping stone for our challenges that we need to do. Obviously now getting European football, this means we're going to have to bolster the squad even further. It looks like we've got a long transfer window ahead of us, so we better get into it. And yes, it certainly was a busy transfer window. A lot of signings made, a lot of money spent. But first, we've sold a few players. We've got Andre Gomez going out, Emil Kraft for 10 million. Dingara going out for nearly 20 million. Ali McCann. Castiles just because of a signing that I got in. Lukanets has left after a season. He just wanted to go. Couldn't convince him to stay. Dele Alli, obviously not at the standard for the Premier League anymore, and Riedewald the same. So first in we got Zion Suzuki, very good goalkeeper. Got him in on a free from the Belgium team. Also got Vitic in for centre back, becoming one of our best defenders in the club now. Got him on a compensation as well at only 70k, which is very good for the player he is. Obviously Conor Bradley had to go back to Liverpool, so now we've got Kyle Walker-Peters in at right back. Very good experienced player, can definitely play that wing back role. Now big signing now, Eberi Eze, play that shadow striker role. A very, very good player, tricky player. We've seen him at the Euros, he is a good player. At Crystal Palace last season as well. In real life he's obviously done amazing. Now we got a trio of players who were released from the Saudi Arabia clubs. We've got Ruben Neves in, who obviously we know is a quality player. Got Otavio, help out with that shadow striker role. And we've got Gabri Figueira as well, who's obviously a very good player. We've got Dodo in to help out with that right wing back role with Kyle Walker-Peters. Levi Colwill to fight for a place at centre back really. We've got him in on loan. 37.5k a week is pretty good. Got Adam Hoslek in. Don't know if he will start up front, but we haven't got the best striking options to be honest. But hopefully he can grow. Got him in for 14 million, not a bad price. Got another player in on loan for centre back from West Ham, Mavropanos. Very cheap, and he just looks a decent player. So it's stupid not to get him in. Leif Davis took over Luka Netz's role, just helping the backup on the left wing back side. And we've also got Arthur in on loan from Atletico Madrid to help out with that right wing back role, mainly because Ruben Neves didn't think there was good enough depth at right wing back. But I've got 3 players in now who are all good Premier League standard, and he's still not happy. So, and this has allowed us to have a great start to the season. Beat Chelsea 2-0. Dele Alli even getting a goal in that game. Sadly he's gone now. Eze scored his first goal for the club against Manchester United. Otavio got sent off on his first game. Comfortably went through in the Conference League qualifying round. Drew 1-1 to Man City. Beat Leeds 3-2. And then we also knocked Man United out of the Carabao Cup. Looking at our Conference League fixtures as well, should realistically beat all of them. And Lyon is obviously a very good team in here, but we've got them at home, so we probably should win all 6. Yeah, that's a fantastic start to the season. Season 4 now. We really need to start pushing for them domestic cups to help with our challenge. If we can win the Conference League this season, that ticks off a challenge straight away. But yeah, exciting times ahead at Preston. And let's see how we get on in Season 4. Something has definitely been ticked off in the challenges. Although we have had a very poor season in the league, finishing 12th, as you can see there, we have qualified for the Europa League. So that means we've either won the FA Cup or won the Conference League. And Preston North End are Conference League winners already in the 4th season, beaten Bayer Leverkusen 3-0 in the final. In the FA Cup we were knocked out in the 4th round by Derby County, and Carabao Cup quarter-final by Chelsea. Winning the Conference League really saved us this season, gets us carrying on to where we want to be. But that's first major trophy in the bag. First challenge ticked off for the video as well. Now we just need to try and push up the table and get some domestic cups in as well. Quite a big transfer window was needed after the league performance last season. got quite a bit of money in with Victor Lindelof, Sato and Edwards going out for a combined 41 million. Silla's gone out as well for 21 million, Success for 2 million. But we have made some pretty big signings. Madueke, we're getting for 9 million. Just a bit of cover, as we have now changed our formation just a slight bit. We activated Mavropanos's buy clause in the loan contract. Also did the same with Levy Colwill. 2 very good signings there, keeping him on from last season as well. Got this guy on a free to play the right wing role and swap around with Madueke. One big signing we did get in, Salvio from Troyes. He's developed incredibly. 5-star for our team. Got Skamaka to go up front. Hopefully he can get a few more goals than we have been getting in the previous years. He's got 3 so far in the Premier League, so not a bad start for him. Got Makuku in for a bit of backup, and Axel Diazi on loan as well to back up the defensive roles. And this has led to us having a very good start. Played 6 games, won all 6. Played some lesser teams at the minute though, but did beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, which is a good start. And now in our Europa League games, we have got Galatasaray, Olimpia, Anderlecht, Shakhtar, Rapid Vienna, this team from Romania, I'm not sure who it is, Red Star and Roma. Roma's going to be a tough game. And this has left the team looking a little bit like this. We've taken away the libero role just because we probably don't need him stepping into midfield now, need as much defensive cover as possible. Samare's playing in front of them, still got the 2 wing backs, but we've got 1 centre attacking mid and 2 wingers to go along with it. And they have started quite well. Eze's also got 4 goals already, which is very good for him. The only one that's struggling at the minute is Bellarumi. Not too sure why, maybe needs a bit of adapting time. But yeah, great start to the season. Really need to push on for one of them domestic cups now. Maybe we can break into the top 4 and get some Champions League football. Did we do enough to push into the top 4? I guess we're going to find out. We've only gone and bloody won the Premier League.
What?
What the? We've won the Premier League on 81 points. Tottenham in second with 79. Man City 70 points, 12 losses. 2 against us. We got 9 losses. Liverpool beating us both times. Losing to Fulham, Chelsea. Spurs beat us 4-0. But not many draws, which I guess helped us pick up more points. And some quite impressive wins there. We also managed to win the Europa League, which is sensational. Manchester United in the final as well. 4-3, what a game. And we've almost completed the treble, but we finished runner-up in the FA Cup. So this season ticks off one more challenge. We've won the Premier League. Only 5 seasons into the 10-year rebuild. We are still yet to get a domestic cup though. I feel like that could be one of the harder ones to tick off. We've got 2 chances at it though, obviously with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and we've got 5 years to get 2 of them at least. We might also complete a trifecta of the European trophies as well. That's the Conference League and the Europa League both won. We couldn't possibly win the Champions League, could we? So looking at the appearances, 61 games for Suzuki, that's a lot of games. Highest goals, this is more like it. We've got 4 players nearly on 20 goals for the season. Got Salvio 21 goals, 20 assists is fantastic. It's probably what you expect from him though. Eze on 25 goals and 10 assists, playing that shadow striker role. And then Skamaka, 29 goals, exactly what we needed from our striker. We haven't got a lot of money to play with though. Only 25 million after winning the league and Europa League. Not ideal. We have already made a signing for the upcoming season, but I'll leave that until we check at the start of season 6. So here we are after the transfer window, and that signing that we made early was Ardagula, 48 million for Real Madrid. He is looking like a very good player. No brainer really, quite cheap for him. Now looking at the players that have gone out, Ruben Neves has gone for 54 million going up to 69 million. Kyle Walker-Peters for 23 going up to 32. And Ballumi's gone out for 22 as well. But on the ins, we got in Calvin Phillips on a free, Huijmand on a free, Alex Scott on a free, Evan Nielsen on a free, and finally Petri on a free as well. Some insane free transfers there. Some of the best I think I've ever had. We also brought in David Raya just to help out the goalkeeper's depth. Got in this new gen right back as well, who's 6'4", Esnaola. And we also got in Gabriel from Arsenal for 20 million. And getting in all these players has caused us to change our formation. We've gone to a 4-2-3-1, but we haven't got a right winger, we've just got a shadow striker instead. This is how they want to set the team out. It's probably how I would set it up as well. Very strong team now, a lot stronger than we had last year, and we did win the league last year. I know with probably the lowest total ever, but hopefully we could push on now. And that can sort of be replicated in these results. We've had a lot of hard teams already. We've played Man City 3 times, beat them 3-2, 2-1 and 3-1, beat Liverpool 2-1, won the Euro, South America Club Challenge, had a shock loss to Wolves considering the teams we beat, then got back on the winning side with a 3-1 win against Aston Villa, and then back-to-back games at Ellen Road, both resulting in 2-0 wins. And in our first Champions League group phase, we get quite fortunate and have not too bad of a teams. Obviously we've got Napoli, Bayern Munich and Atletico, but there could be worse teams, and the other 5 we probably should win. So can we finally get a domestic cup under our belts, maybe push for the league again, even though we've ticked off that challenge? And can we complete the trifecta of European trophies with a Champions League win? So we're back at the end of the season now. We can see that we have finished 4th, which is a good. It's not the best, obviously didn't win the league, but we didn't get that many less points this season. But as we can see, we had a great run end to the season. Too many losses there. A lot of losses there, and against teams we probably should beat, but only 2 losses at home. Scored a good amount of goals, probably conceded a bit too many. But now looking at the other competitions, what? We've gone and won the Champions League.
Hold on a minute, player.
That's the 3 European trophies in a row. We've beat Napoli 4-3 in the final in extra time. Very exciting game. We actually conceded a last minute own goal to take it to extra time. But then Figueira got a late goal and brought the Champions League to Deepdale. We also won the FA Cup, so that is one of the 2 that we need to win ticked off. Beat Aston Villa 3-1 in the final. Went 3-0 up, quite dominant. Let them a little bit back into the game, but great season. As you can see from our league positions as well, we were actually quite high, but then had a dramatic drop off and slowly started to raise up again, finishing 4th. Yeah, so we had a really bad period in December. Not the best. Well, not too bad in January. But then from there, it was pretty good going. Winning nearly every game, just lost a few games, drew 1. And that season has left us with 60 million in the bank. And now looking at our best players for the season. Salvio had a great season again. 17 and 24 assists. Gula 12 and 10. Pedri 7 and 10. Figueira 12 and 9, Alex Scott 9 and 9, Eze 13 and 15, Evan Nielsen 24 up top, and Skamaka 23 up top as well. So we've got 4 seasons left. The only thing we have left to complete is just 1 more domestic trophy. But can we really build this Preston side into a dynasty? Maybe win a few more league titles and maybe get some more European success. So we've had a few players go out with Adam Hoslek, Sturgeon, Calvin Phillips gone out on loan. Longstaff finally left the club, Dodo's gone, Madueke as well has joined him at the same club. We brought in Kefren Turam on a free, a very good free signing again. Jonathan David in on a free just as a bit of backup. We brought in Garnacho as well to play one of the wing roles, as we'll see when we change that. We have changed our formation. And Tamori as well just to back up the right back and centre back position. And this is a new tactic. We've changed up the roles a little bit. If we pick the best without restriction, this is what we get. Some really good players in here. We haven't had the best start. Lost the Community Shield to Man City 5-2. Won the Super Cup. lost to Tottenham first Premier League game of the season 3-2, bounced back with a 5-1 against Everton and a 4-1 against Man United at Old Trafford. And finally, we progressed in the Carabao Cup as well, winning 1-0. Now looking at our group phase, we've got Napoli again, who we had last year and also played them in the final. Newcastle, Dortmund, Lille, Roma, Leipzig, Besiktas and Valencia. I would actually say this is a bit of an easier time than we had last year, so hopefully we'll go through without needing playoff rounds. Let's see if we can get anywhere close to retaining our Champions League title, and can we win another domestic cup? We only need one more to complete the challenge, so let's see how we get on. So we're at the end of season 7 now, finished 4th in the league again, 72 points, very similar to last year. The winners of the league most seasons aren't getting a lot of points. Newcastle win it this year, few losses at home which we probably shouldn't lose. Now in the other cup competitions, Champions League was won by PSG. We were knocked out in the playoff round, which is really disappointing considering the group stage we had. We also lost to Lille 4-0 in the group stage, which is not ideal. Finished runner-up in the FA Cup as well. Lost in the final to Liverpool, so that is still yet to be ticked off. We'll have 3 seasons left to win one of these, either this or the Carabao Cup, to complete the challenge. I'm confident we can do it, but we definitely need to improve somewhere. And we were knocked out in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup by Liverpool as well, so they sort of ruined our season. Looking at the players for the season as well, a lot of goals lost. Salvio only got 7 and 9, so he's had a lot worse of a season. Obviously, it looks like he's been injured probably quite a few times, only playing 29 games. Garnacho had an okay season. Pedri played quite well. Evan Nielsen getting 29 goals, still not quite hitting that 30 mark. But yeah, definitely a lot of improvement needed for season 8 if we really want to push on and solidify the franchise that we are making here at Preston. In season 8, it started with some big transfers. Got Rasmus Højlund in to really strengthen up that striker role, and he has had a great start with 3 goals in 3 games. Zabani's coming as well to be our best centre-back. Pacho's also coming to really strengthen up that centre-back role on a free transfer. Estepinian on a free transfer as well for that left-back role, and Anthony Gordon on a free transfer as well. And we changed the goalkeeper as well. We've got George Jensen in, and we sold Nathan, Skamaka, Jonathan David, Suzuki's gone out, one of the goalkeepers, and Huijmund. And Gabriel Vieira's gone out on loan as well, with a future fee of 62 million, so got a good profit from him. And these transfers have started very well in the league. We've played 4 games, won 4. Southampton 2-1, Bournemouth 2-0, 5-3 against Wolves, and 4-0 against Leeds as well, so getting a lot of goals in now. Slight change to the tactic. We want to really ensure we've got our attacking players in. So Pedri's come in on the centre mid on attack. We've now got the playmaker in defensive mid. Salvio, Scott and Garnacho will most likely make up that front 3. The 2 wingers have now turned into inverted wingers on attack, and the full-backs have changed to a full-back on support and a wing-back on support. Season 8 now, I would like to win some trophies in this season. Definitely need to get that last domestic cup. Were these tactical changes and the transfers enough to let us complete the challenge and win that final domestic cup with 3 seasons to go? And at the end of the season, we're at the pinnacle of the Premier League again, winning with just 82 points. There's one better than when we won it previously, but as you can see, we're up there for a long time. Scored 94 goals this season, is a lot more than we've scored previously. Arsenal only scored 56. Still conceded quite a few goals, but our goal difference is a lot better. Unfortunately, in the Champions League, we were knocked out by Arsenal in around the 16. FA Cup, we got a tough draw in the 3rd round, being knocked out by Liverpool. And then the Carabao Cup, we lost in the final to Arsenal. At least we managed to win 1 trophy, but we still need to get 1 domestic cup. Now we've only got 2 seasons left to do it, but we are really setting ourselves a good, solid foundation for that. Højlund had a good start to his career at Preston. Getting 18 goals in 26 appearances is very, very good. Looking at the finances now, we have got 73 million to spend, so we've got definitely a lot of money to improve. We signed a youngster halfway through the season called Parry from Colo Colo in Chile, 5.73 million, and he is an incredible player. Brilliant Chilean wonder kid, only 20. He's going to be here for ages and ages and ages. The position where I think we need to improve, left back definitely needs improving a little bit, but other than that, I can't really see where to improve unless there's like a world class player available. Then it's going to be roughly the same team. So we are back for the penultimate season. I feel like I probably said it was going to be a little bit of a quiet transfer window, maybe a little bit more quiet than it probably should have been. But we got the money for Gabriel Vieira when he went on loan to Juventus, 62 million. Tomori and Gabriel left on a free. Estepina, 3 million. Leif Davis, 13 million. Samare, 5 million. Kefren Turan went for 60 million. He got bids in and wanted to leave, so we ain't going to stop him from not leaving. Vitic went to Seville for 20 million, and Anthony Gordon went for 46 million, raising to 63 million to Chelsea. And this is where the insanity begins. So we said that we needed to improve the left back role, and I feel like I went out and got the best one. Got Alphonso Davies, 75 million release clause, absolutely insane player. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is Vinicius Jr. doing at Preston? Well, he's 31 years old now, still an incredible player, probably in the peak of his career. Real Madrid, for some reason, transfer listed him. I just couldn't resist. We are one of the best clubs in the world now, and I thought, why not? Why not give Vinicius Jr.? He's absolutely incredible, and there's only 2 years left of the rebuild, so the financial repercussions, they don't really matter anymore. Yeah, and then for some reason his mate Rodrigo was also on the transfer list.
What?
So we signed him as well. A year younger. 2 incredible wingers to go alongside Garnacho and Savio. We've got Ben Seguir. I'm going to say Seguir, Ben Seguir. We got him in on a free, and he is incredible as well for that cam role. So had some amazing free transfers in this save. It just unbelievable what I've been able to get without paying any transfer fees. And finally, we've got in Guavadal.
So, you know, let's not take the piss here.
I certainly wasn't.
Well, I think you are.
From PSG. He's probably the best centre-back in the world on the game, if not. He's definitely top 5, if not the best. Incredible, got him for 120 million, I believe, rising to 120 million. And yeah, it's just created an absolutely insane team. So the tactic is pretty much staying the same, except we're letting Alphonso Davies attack a lot more. This team is insanity, just, yeah, insane. The attacking talent we've got on the pitch now, I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't think we will, but I wouldn't be surprised if we won everything. And that's how it started so far. Beat Arsenal in the Community Shield 2-0, beat Villa 3-1, Bournemouth 4-2, Wolves 3-0, and Newcastle 2-0, who are former Premier League champions. So it's a perfect start to the league so far. And in the Champions League, our 2 boys, the wingers, going back while playing against their former side. Yeah, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Astana, Shakhtar, AC Milan, Lazio, Aston Villa, and Bayer Leverkusen. If we don't get through to the round of 16 straight away, I'll be shocked. But will this be the season where we finally wrap up the challenge and then we can go into the last season, no pressure, and just enjoy it? So we are back at the end of season 9, and we've absolutely ran away with the league this season. 94 points, 20 ahead of the next, which is Liverpool. 79 goal difference as well, 116 goals. Biggest total by miles, and 37 conceded. Only dropped points in 2 home games, which is pretty good. And checking out the other competitions as well, we've won the treble. Won the Champions League again, penalties against Barcelona. And we have won the FA Cup, which finally ticks off the challenge The challenge is complete by season 9. Looking at the stats across the team now, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo had a good start to Preston. A lot of goals. Højlund got 50 goals, which is incredible. That's season 9 done. We're going into the final season with a free hit. Let's see if we can win the Premier League again and then win the Champions League as well, cementing us as probably the best team in the world. Season 9 was a massive success. Season 10 is now a free hit, but hopefully we can still win more trophies. We have completed our transfer window for season 10. We sold quite a few players. Berriese, been with us for a long time, is now gone. Pedri's left the club as well. He wanted to leave. He wouldn't sign a new contract, so I thought, I'm not going to stop someone who doesn't want to be here. And the exact same happened with Højlund. He had an absolutely insane season last year, but he wanted to leave, so he has. Real Madrid came calling, and sometimes you just can't stop them going to the Galacticos. Also, our goalkeeper has gone to Liverpool as well, 80 million. As you can see there, pleased to have joined Liverpool. I guess he just wanted to go. But on the ins, we bought this insane regen, 4.5 star, playing at Cam for 15 million. Another regen, De Rosa, for the DM role, he was 75 million. And finally, Pesco as well, another regen. He's going to play that striker role instead of Højlund. He's got insane stats. He looks better than Højlund, so let's see how he gets on. The team's setting up the exact same. I'm actually going to lock him in at striker. He's got 3 goals so far, so he's doing quite well. And let's see what we can do in the final season. So we're at the end of the final season now. We've skipped quite a far forward, and that was because there was a Club World Championship and we had beaten Real Madrid 2-0 in the final. Pesco getting 9 goals, so obviously you could probably see he's had a decent season. We also won the Champions League as well, facing Napoli in the final again, 3-2, after going 3-1 up as well. All the goals in the first half. And finally we won the league as well. Not as good as last season, but still 10 points clear. Just a lot more draws this season, still quite a lot of goals, roughly around the same goal difference as well. Unfortunately, we did get knocked out in the FA Cup early by Sheffield United, 2-1. And in the Carabao Cup, we lost on pens to Liverpool. Looking at Pesco as well, he actually got 36 goals in his first season at the club, which is pretty good going. 20 goals in the league. Vinicius Jr. had a good season as well, not as good as his first one, but still very good. He is getting older. Looking at the club information as well, there I am at the top of the legends list. I mean, if I wasn't, it would be quite upsetting after everything I've won at the club.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
My assistant manager as well is also one of the favoured people. We've got Salvio in the icons, Ian Matson in the icons as well. This rebuild has been an absolutely insane one. We've won plenty of trophies. We've won Conference League, 1 Europa League and 3 Champions Leagues, totaling 5 European trophies altogether. We've won 4 Premier Leagues and we've also won the FA Cup twice, totaling 11 major trophies in 10 seasons. For a club starting in the Championship with not a lot of money, I think that's an incredible rebuild. This rebuild has been insanely fun. Good to try loads of new players and getting to use some of the best players in the world as well. And lastly, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Check out some other videos on the channel as well, and make sure to subscribe to keep up with future rebuilds or other videos like my recent tactic video. I currently want to get to 100 subscribers, so anyone that can subscribe means a whole world to me. But yeah, that's the end of the Preston rebuild. We'll catch you in the next one. Schalke have been a giant team in Germany for a long time. They've produced great players such as Manuel Neuer, Leroy Sané and Julian Draxler. For many years in the early 2000s and the 2010s, I remember them constantly being in the Champions League, especially Manuel Neuer's breakout season with that tie against Real Madrid. As recent as the 17 and 18 season where they finished second and then somehow falling all the way down to 14th and 12th in the following 2 seasons, and then finishing rock bottom in the 2021 season. The season after that they come straight back up, but unfortunately came straight back down again So this is a big challenge we've got ahead of us. Can we wake up the sleeping giant of Germany and bring Schalke back to the pinnacle of German football? Well, in this video, we'll find out. We've got 5 seasons and we'll see how we get on. So we have been hired to take over Schalke. Once a German great, but now fallen to the depths of the second division. Obviously, they'll have quite a good media prediction of second, as they were relegated only just last season. And the big problem with this club is that they are in debt.
You gonna give me my money? Where's my money, man?
Not a lot of money to work with. They're even a club that's won the Bundesliga 7 times, even won the UEFA Cup as it was in the time, and they even won the DFB Pokal as early as 2011. Doesn't look like we're going to have much money to work with within the transfer window, but we have got some clauses that we might be able to sell just to get a bit more money in. We are expected to sign German players. This is mainly through, the board culture. They expect you to sign players German or based in Germany. So that's something to consider when we look at buying players. The main goal obviously is to just go up this season. And obviously this is a massive problem. Overall balance being a minus 100 to start with, and net debt of 155 because they've got a big bank loan as well. So we're going to need to try and survive. We need to obviously make sure that we do go up just to get as much money in as we can. I'm going to play around in the transfer market now, and we'll see you at the start of season 1. Right, so we're back at the start of the season. Just finished the transfer window. Brought in 2 players. We've got Anwar Al Ghazi, who's obviously a former Premier League player, spells at Everton and Villa, and obviously some other good clubs like Ajax and Lille. He's done okay so far. He's played 5 games, got 1 goal, 1 assist, and average rating over 7, so can't really complain about that. And another one that fits the transfer policy for Schalke, which is obviously German players, is Nicolo Tresoldi. Got him in for a decent price from Hanover, 3.5 million. He is a good little player, obviously injured at the minute, so he hasn't really played any games. He's come off the bench. He got 1 goal in the cup as well, so there's potential for him to, obviously he's a potential player. Hopefully he can progress and get a lot better, and by the time we are sort of in the Bundesliga, hopefully in there for a long time, he will be a lot better. This is the tactics that we're going with. We're going for a 4-2-4. As obviously we are one of the better teams in the league, I think it's important to play quite attacking, so that's what we're doing. Team has played okay so far. The goalkeeper hasn't played great, which isn't ideal. So far we have had a couple of losses. Obviously first game losing 3-0 isn't great. A shock loss as well to a bit of a poorer team. But the other 4 games have been okay. Not really keeping any clean sheets, except from obviously in the first round of the Pokal. But yeah, that's it for the start of season 1. Hopefully we can gain automatic promotion instantly and go straight up. It will be ideal to be in the Bundesliga and sort of work our way from there. So we'll see you at the end of season 1. So we've come back at the end of season 1 and we have got promoted. We've done our job, only just though. So let's see how we've actually done it. As you can see there, we've managed to score in the last minute to actually go up automatically, which is massive for the club, and it's by the striker that I signed, Tresoldi. As we can see here, the finances still ain't in a great position. Need to sort that out. Hopefully in the Bundesliga it will actually help us. Obviously a lot of the debt was cleared through a bank loan, but it's not really the best. We need to start getting into Europe to try and help clear that debt. So now checking out for the squad for the season. Massive season by Simon Terod, a 36-year-old striker. He's had a good season, scored a lot of goals for us. Honestly, he's missed out on a few games as well. Tresoldi's not got as many contributions as we expected in the goals, but he's got a good average rating, which is good. A lot of these players might not be here next season. We'll have to see what we could do in the transfer window. Al Ghazi was obviously quite disappointing, only 3 goals and 2 assists, and quite a low average rating for the player we probably would have expected him to be. So yeah, we've done what we've set out to do for season 1. We've got promoted back in the Bundesliga. We're going to go into the transfer window now, see what we could do with the limited funds we've got. And yeah, hopefully we can just avoid a relegation battle. So we're going to simulate forward now, and we'll see you at the start of Season 2. Right, so we'll come back at the start of Season 2. We've gained 3 points and progressed in the Power Car, which is it's a relatively good start. The 2 away games, I'm not too worried about that because they are tough games. Freiburg as well is a great result because they are actually predicted to finish 6th, as we can see here, and they've got European football, so that shows how much of a good team they are. Stuttgart have got European football, and obviously Leipzig, we know how good they are. So we've played 3 tough games to start with. Now on the transfers, we haven't actually spent anything, just all 3 transfers. Got Koita, who's a good player, got him from Salzburg.
Donut, you're so stupid!
Just looks very good, obviously very pacey. Hopefully gets quite a few goals. We've got Castells as well, who's quite a bit of a big name in Germany. He's played a lot of seasons at Wolfsburg. He's been one of the better goalkeepers for a long time, and he's coming in miles as our best goalkeeper. Steven Alzate, who used to be at Brighton, most of us would know. He had a bit of potential, Colombian. He's got a few caps for Colombia actually as well, but he comes in as one of our better players. And then Stolger as well, he looks decent. He's been around Germany for a long time. Hopefully it just really strengthens up the team and allow us to stay up. So tactics slightly changed. We've gone positive, changed a few of the roles, changed the tempo as well. This is the in transition and then out of possession. And if we pick our best 11, this is what shows. Hopefully this is enough to keep us up. The defense is a little bit weak, but what can we do? We haven't actually got any money.
If you're a broke boy, just say so.
So hopefully this will do. Try our best. Hopefully we can finish around the 14th position, avoid relegation battle altogether. Yeah, we're going to sim forward to the end of Season 2 now, and we'll see you, at the end of Season 2. Right, so we're back at the end of Season 2, and we've managed to stay up, stayed well clear of the relegation zone. We finished 11th, 5 spots above, 12 points above as well. Obviously quite a gap between 11th and 10th, but soon that gap will bridge. A lot of our wins actually come with clean sheets, so funny enough, if we don't concede, we normally win the game.
Cheers, Jeff.
Big win there. 2-0 against Borussia Dortmund is massive, and Gladbach as well. Only losing 1-0 at Bayern Munich as well. That's not too bad. Last minute, they need a last minute winner. We actually didn't lose to Dortmund in both games. We drew to Bayern Leverkusen at home, needed a last minute equaliser, and then got pumped 8-0 by them after we beat Borussia Dortmund 2-0. Looking at where the goals come from, Koita got 12, which is pretty good return. Had a decent average rating as well. Terode as well, and Tresoldi got more than he did last season as well, so good return from them 3. Al-Ghazi fixed up a bit as well. That's a bit of a better return in a better league as well for some reason. Didn't play too bad overall. Now looking at the finances, we are in the white. Debts have gone down a little bit, and we've got 21 million to spend, which is perfect. Hopefully we can bring in some better players again, really strengthen up the squad, hopefully finish in the top half next season, just improve on what we did this season. So yeah, we're going to skip forward now to the start of Season 3. Let's see what we can do in the transfer window, and we'll see you at the start of Season 3. Right then, so we've come back at the start of Season 3, and so far we've had a decent start. Looking at the league table, we have won 2 and drew 1, scoring 6 and conceding 3. Looking at our schedule, we are through the first round winning 4-0. Beat Cologne 3-1, drew 2-2 to Wolfsburg, not too bad, and then beat Heidenheim 1-0 at home. Right now, so we did make a lot of signings because we had to improve this squad massively. First in, we got Victor Lindelof in on a free transfer. He will be a very good player in the Bundesliga, I think personally. Stats look very good. His fitness and stamina is good. Positioning, tackling. Next, another centre-back from the Premier League, Totti, on a free from Wolves. Similar sort of player. Just really strengthened up our defence because our defence was very weak last season. Another free signing, Weghorst, back to the Bundesliga. We know at Wolfsburg he did have a very good spell at Wolfsburg, so he knows this area. He's scored 1 goal already, got a player of the match. 6'6", absolutely massive and works hard. Our first signing with money, just sort of a a winger to rotate in and out. He's actually got a goal already in the league so far. Cerny from Czech Republic. He looks okay. It's one of the earlier signings I made, and I thought, yeah, he could probably do a job. Now with this rebuild, obviously signing a lot of players I've never even heard of, never even seen, because obviously we sort of have to. Schalke ain't got that pull anymore. So we have got, we're calling Christos, defensive midfielder, played pretty well so far, got an assist, one of our better midfielders, hopefully he'll do the job as a deep line playmaker. We got Pellegrini in as a backup or sort of rotation with Weghorst. He's played in Italy for most of his career, not played a lot of games. He's still only 24, but his stats look pretty good as a backup, and he was cheap, only 3 million. Another new signing was Nati. He was a free agent. He counts towards the German, even though he's Danish, and yeah, just well-rounded. Only 9k on the wages. It's a good backup. Now my most expensive signing, Nathaniel Brown, 9 million rising to 12. New left back. He looks very good, well-rounded, good pace. Mentals are very well rounded, and you can see so far he's played very well. He's got very high average ratings, even got 2 assists in the Palkau. Another one who can play all down the right side. I'm looking to play him at right inverted wing back actually. He's got very good passing. It's another option to play through. He hasn't played amazingly so far, but he's still only 21. There's loads of room for him to grow. Got him in for 10 million. Quite a big signing, Ben Rama. I actually expect him to do very well in this league because, you know, he's got the stats for it. Dribbling and first touch, penalty taking, technique, flair. He's got all when it comes to dribbling, but it's just if he can do it in the final third. I mean, he's done very well so far. He's got 3 assists, 4 assists including the Palkau. Average ratings are very high. So let's see how he does. Another signing, Mensengo, used to be a wonder kid. I don't know if he is anymore, but he was on the cheap. I think it was 1.8 million. It's just another player to solidify that defensive midfield role. And one final one for the defensive midfield is Umut. We'll go with decent young player, German as well. How much was he? And he was only 5 million. And then I'll just show you an overview of all the outgoings, because there was quite a lot. We actually got rid of more than we had. A lot of midfielders gone. Basically, most of the players that were here to start with, a couple that I signed last season are gone because they weren't to standard, unfortunately. We spent 44.5 million and brought in 21.5 million, so that actually makes up with our 20 million to start with. We spent the exact amount of money that we had. Finances are still looking good. We're well within the wage budget. Yeah, hopefully we could push towards them European spots this season and bring a bit more money in. Looking at the stats, we are going to play a target forward now. I can't remember if I was doing that last season, but yeah, we are playing a target forward now. The right back's gone to an inverted wing back to accommodate Benita. I wanted Ben Rama on attack on the inside forward because he is going to be one of the vocal points in this team to really get forward, and hopefully he'll play there. If we just look at our best 11, yeah, it does put Ben Rama there. The team is looking a lot stronger, like compared to before. It's massively improved. The right back role maybe could do with improvement. Obviously a lot of players are more used to playing wing back instead of inverted wing back, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's the start of season 3. Very good start. Let's see if we can maybe push. Where did we finish last season? I think it was 11th, 39 points. Let's aim for a minimum of 50 points, and hopefully we do better than that and maybe break into them top 6. If we do break into the top 6, it's sort of where Schalke belong. If we do break into the top 6, then that would be massive. Going to simulate forward now, and we'll see you at the end of season 3. Right, so we'll come back at the end of season 3. Massive achievement. We've finished 4th. We've got Champions League for next season. That's massive after finishing 11th last season. We have improved by 29 points. That's quite incredible. Quite incredible indeed. Actually, weren't that far off the league altogether. If we won them 2 games in the end, which quite disappointing losses. Obviously good teams, but only by a goal. We'd actually finish level on points with Leipzig, but their goal difference was miles superior to us, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Defensively, we've improved a lot. We're now the 8th best team in the league, which is good. 3rd best for goals. Obviously, that's helped us get up to 4th. Looking at our players, Weghorst was actually our best player, got 20 goals, 2 assists. Unfortunately, I have made a slight mistake. He is leaving on a free.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Forgot to offer him a contract. Obviously, only signed him on a 1-year contract, but yeah, he's gone. Best player's gone. So that could be a bad thing for next season. But hopefully, Pellegrini will take over that role. Obviously, he didn't play a lot of games this season. Hopefully, he'll take over that role. And he does have a good average rating, so yeah, hopefully he'll play it well. Benrahma had a good season again. I believe we have just offered him a contract, yeah, because he's also another one that's running out, but I think it's key to keep him on. Brown as well had a great season. That's a good signing in my book. Tresoldi is obviously 15 goals, 9 assists. He's playing fantastic. That's a good signing for, obviously, he counts as a homegrown player, and we got him in for 3.7 million, so can't complain about that. Checking the Palcal, we actually got knocked out in the 2nd round by Bochum, which is, they're in the 2nd division, so God knows how we've done that. Freiburg have won some sort of European competition because they've managed to qualify for the Champions League as well. Yeah, they've just beat West Ham in the final of the Europa League, which is a massive achievement by them. And we beat them 3-0 a couple of games ago as well, so that shows how much of a great team we are. Budget for next season as well, we've actually got 48 million, nearly 50 million, 120 grand in wage budget available as well. This is amazing. This is a lot more money than we've had previously. Finances are looking good now. That debt is slowly dwindling down. I noticed that German teams actually get given quite a bit of money for where they finish in the league. I guess that is to counteract, obviously, how the Premier League teams get the TV rights. But yeah, we're running on a profit. With this season, we've made nearly 40 million profit. So that's fantastic. And I'm going to go blow it all on transfers. So we're going to go work in the transfer window now, hopefully progress further on that 4th place finish. We've now got Champions League football to play as well, so we've got to build a squad that's capable of at least getting through the league phase, I'd hope. So that's it for Season 3, and we'll see you at the start of Season 4. Right, so we're back again at the start of Season 4. First year in the Champions League, in European football altogether in this save. We're going to look at the schedule to start with. Started off well, 6-1 against Worms, 3-1 against Mainz, and then sort of took a bit of a dip, drew 1-1 to Heidenheim, and then Hoffenheim as well, lost 2-0. Just going to take a quick look at our league phase as well in the Champions League. It actually looks like we've got a bit of a favourable draw. We probably could win 1, maybe 2, 3, 4 games, I think. Then obviously PSG, Tottenham, Atletico and Juventus are going to be tough, but if we could win the first 4 games, then maybe nick a point or 2 out of the last 4, then hopefully we can make the playoffs. So again, we made quite a lot of transfers. We had a decent amount of money, and also I actually managed to get the board to sign a player for me. First off, we've got Mitrovic in on a free to replace Weghorst. Obviously similar player, hopefully better. He hasn't played too well in the Bundesliga yet. He's played 1 game and got a 5.9, so that's not the most ideal, but as we can see from previous clubs, he's constantly scored. So got Otavio on a free as well. He has played actually quite well so far, got a goal and assist in 3 games. Big signing, we've got Manu Kone in, taken away from a rival club in the league. He's a very good youngish French DM, a lot stronger than what we had. And to go next to him, we got Conor Gallagher as well in. Great signing for 12 million. It's a he'll be a great player in the Bundesliga. And then I managed to get my board to actually sign Dennis Simon. We'll call him Simon. Don't want to say Seaman. Dennis Simon, who obviously young wonderkid goalkeeper from Germany. Stats look very good already. Miles better than the other two that I've got in. He hasn't played great so far. Obviously conceded 4, but hopefully with the team gelling a little bit more, it will solidify at the back. And then lastly, for the starting 11, we've got Dodo coming in, good right back, the best one we've got. And obviously right back was a weak point for us last season, so hopefully it will be a little bit stronger. Then for the wings, we've got Ritson Doan, and we've also signed this guy as well, Ernest, on a free. Hopefully, I think these two more operate on the bench, but hopefully they can be really useful for us. Here's the players that we let go. Obviously, Weghorst went, Brunet went, Cerny, I just didn't think he was that good. Koita didn't really get any games, so I just let him go. Backup goalkeeper, didn't play. So there were players that we could let go, and obviously we brought in substantially better players. So if we managed to get 4th last season with that team, I know Weghorst was a big part of it, but hopefully Mitrovic will take that role. I feel like we could easily challenge for the title. I don't know if that's crazy, but I feel like with this team now, there's sort of the capability to do that. The only slight change we've made in the tactic is changing the right wing back, well, the right back to a wing back instead of inverted wing back. And this is the strongest 11 that we could possibly put out. And it's obviously a lot stronger. The only place I really would want to strengthen is centre back, and it is Totti, but obviously he has played well so far, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's it for the transfer window in season 4, and we're going to simulate forward now to the end of the season, and let's see how we get on. Right then, so we'll come back at the end of season 4. Again, we've managed to finish 4th, which is good. Looks like we had a good run towards the end. Scored a lot of goals. Defended moderately well. You can already see there Mitrovic got the most goals for us, which is good. Competitions. Champions League will knock out at the league phase. Literally 25th, just missed out on the playoffs by a point. Not ideal. Balkar, we've finally made it to the 3rd round, but we do get knocked out in the 3rd round. Looking at the team then, Mitrovic got 20 goals, 7 assists, best average rating. Nathaniel Brown got 4 goals, 10 assists from left back, which is very good. Pellegrini sort of stepped up actually, 15 goals, 5 assists. Tresoldi 12 and 8, good average rating. Conor Gallagher played pretty well, 9 assists. Ernest 11 goals from the wing, pretty good. Dodo got 12 assists. Benrahma got 13 goals and 10 assists. Otavio got 11 goals and 5 assists. 2 points off worse than we were last year, but a lot more goals. And obviously teams were a lot better this season, as Bayern have finished on 82 points. Looking at the finances, we've got 36 million to play with this year. Hopefully we can improve a little bit. We didn't make as much money this year, obviously, because we spent a lot. So that is it for season 4. We are going to simulate towards the end of the transfer window. I'm going to play about in the transfer window, see if I need to bring anyone in. Probably will, as I can't resist. But yeah, we'll see you at the start of season 5. Right, so we'll come back at the end of the transfer window. Not too bad of a start. We played 3 of the top 5 within the first 3 games. Beat Frankfurt, lost our 2 away games, and then got a 4-0 against Hertha. So not too distressed about that personally. Looking at our Champions League phase groups, we've got PSG first, hard game, AZ, AEK, Newcastle, Partizan, Celtic. I would like to win all of them games except from Newcastle, maybe. Could potentially get a draw there. Then we've got Inter and Tottenham to finish off. Hopefully this season we can actually get through, as we were knocked out in the league phase last season. Hopefully this year we can get through, because obviously last year we were knocked out in the league phase. So looking at our transfers, we've got Jefferson Lerma in on a free as a free signing. It's pretty good backup for that defensive mid role. We also got Conrad Lehmer in on a free. He can play quite a few positions. And obviously again another good player for that defensive mid role. Then we got Maxime Lacroix. Obviously he is used to the German league, played a lot of games for Wolfsburg. Quick, tall, powerful, good centre back for this league. And then we brought in Mark Guaya as well, our biggest signing, 45 million. He is obviously very good all round. Mentors are extremely good. He's known as an elite centre back as well, so that's one of our first elite players, I believe. It probably potentially is the first one. And yeah, he's just a good player. Really wanted to strengthen up the defensive positions, because obviously we were a little bit weak defensively with Lindelof and Totti at the back. But now with these two brought in, hopefully it will solidify that just a little bit. As you see down the right, we got rid of just a few players that weren't really playing. Got decent bit of money for some of them. But yeah, they just needed to move on because it's needed to rotate them out, getting some better players, so that we can actually challenge in the Champions League. Finances are looking good. We're actually known as a rich club right now. Hopefully finances stay like this and don't lose too much money. I'm worried a little bit because the wages are going up slightly now. Nearly 1.4 million a week, a month. No, it is a week. Nearly 1.4 million a week, compared to when we first got in the Bundesliga, it was about 700k. So we're going to stay with the same tactic again, as it's working quite well. And if we pick our best 11, this is the team that comes up, and that is the team I would pick personally. Maybe eventually would look at bringing in some new wingers if these aren't performing too well. Their average rating so far is not great, and that could be letting us down just a little bit. But yeah, that's maybe something to look at next season. That is it for the start of season 5. Going to simulate to the end of the season now. Hopefully we can keep in the Champions League and keep building, and we'll see you at the end of season 5. Right then, we'll come back at the end of season 5, final season, and we've somehow managed to win the league. Managed to win the league, beat Bayern Munich to the title, beaten by 4 points. We've got 79 points, lost 5 games, only 1 at home, then 4 away, drew 4 as well, then won 25. Very, very impressive. 71 goals, that's the most in the league, joint with Bayern Munich, and then conceded 31. Not the best. That's Bayern Munich with 20, only conceded 23 and did not win the league. Conceded 4 to us though. So yeah, it looks like we were top of the league for a very long time. Didn't obviously start great, but yeah, smashed it in the end. Now looking at the other competitions, we've won the Pokal as well, and in the Champions League we got knocked out by Barcelona in the quarterfinals. It's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see who actually went on to win that. Man City against PSG. There's been a lot of Man City winning it. Looking in the league, we actually had 3 of the best players in the league with average rating. Trezeguet was top goal scorer, joint with Salcido and Tal. No one in on the assists. Player of the matches was actually Nathaniel Brown, top of that. So looking at the squad, Mitrovic got 21 goals and 7 assists. Trezeguet got 20 goals and 7 assists. Ernest and Benrahma had good seasons as well, along with Pellegrini as well. That's good for a backup striker. Kone actually got 7 goals and 5 assists, which is very good on the defensive mid role. And yeah, just great season. Massive to win the league. This has obviously gave us a very strong budget now. 110 million in the overall balance. They're giving us 60 million as well to play with for next season, if we were potentially going to carry on maybe with a part 2. Now in the final year, we've won the league and the cup. We've won a domestic double. The only competitions we've won in the rebuild altogether, because we actually completely skipped the 2 European trophies and went straight to the Champions League. After this rebuild with Schalke, looking at the rebuild leaderboard that we've got, puts them in 3rd place, but I think obviously behind Sheffield United, but that was a 10-year rebuild. I think this rebuild's better than the Chelsea one. The Chelsea one we should have done a lot better in, but we just couldn't really get it going. We're trying to figure out the game. But this Schalke one, winning the league and the Pokal within 5 years from the second division is massive. I know they're a big club in Germany and it's where they should be really, but yeah, getting them there within 5 years, massive achievement. I'd just like to say thank you again for all the support on the recent videos, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. So if you did, make sure to leave it a like, comment on a rebuild you want me to do next, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Nearly at 50 subscribers, massive number for me. Honestly, it's the little small goals that keep you going. So if we could get to there soon, I'd be deeply grateful. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you again, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sheffield United currently sit bottom of the league after conceding 74 goals in 28 games, resulting in only 14 points. They have had recent batterings from Arsenal, Brighton and Aston Villa. Now with this rebuild, I'm going to have 5 seasons. Can I take Sheffield United from the bottom of the table to potentially European football? It's a big ask, but let's see how we get on. Right, so at the point of taking over Sheffield United, they're not in the best of states at the minute. Got media prediction of 19th, only 3-star reputation, so we'll struggle to bring some players in, as should be expected. They are a team that has been very up and down. Prem in the early noughties, then hadn't been up there for a long time until when Chris Wilder first came up, and then they've just got back again after that, after they spent 2 years in the Premier Division. Finances don't look too bad, 8 million plus, but we've only got 500k to play with to try and buy some players and bolster this squad out to try and stay up in the first season. Our current wage spend is only 700k, which is probably one of the lowest in the league along with Luton. Debt's not looking too bad, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. So this is a squad that we've got to play with. If I was to pick a standout player out, it would probably be Gustavo Hamer, who they've just got from Coventry at the end of this season, at the beginning of the season. Along with him, maybe Cameron Archer, just because of his high finishing stat and composure. But obviously some of his other mentals, like anticipation, it's a bit low, but the pace is quite good as well. Ben Brenson Diaz in as well. Hopefully he can help us. He'll probably play striker or left wing, where he naturally plays. I think the only way to progress with this team is we are probably going to have to sell a few players and then buy some better players or maybe younger players to develop if we do go down, to come back up, and they'll be better by the time we are back. So behind the scenes, I'm going to quickly work the transfer window, see what I can do and try and build the best team I can to possibly stay up. We'll see you at the end of the transfer window in season 1. Right, so we've come back at the end of the transfer window. Currently 12th, 3 points on the board after 3 games. As we can see, we won 2-0 against Crystal Palace away from home. That's a great result. Then the next 2 results is a 1-0 loss to Arsenal and a 1-0 loss to Man United, which in this first season I'm not going to absolutely hate on, because that's not terrible results. I know they are losses, but they're not the worst losses in the world. Losing to Rotherham in the cup isn't the best, but obviously it's probably better if we go out of the cup early just to focus on the league. So with the transfer, I managed to sell some clauses that Sheffield United already had and lower the bonuses for the season, and I managed to get Wilfried Gnonto in. Obviously Wilfried Gnonto is a good young signing, signed him for 18 million and now he's already gone up to 62 to 88 million. He does have the 2 release clauses in his contract. Obviously if we get relegated, 42.5 million, still a massive profit, and then 85 million a minimum release clause if anyone wants to put that in. If someone does, obviously I use that money to build a better squad overall, so I'm not too bothered about that being in there. This is a tactic that we're going with. Just want it to be quite attacking with that Segundo Volante as well, and hopefully be quite defensively strong, which actually so far for the team that we are, we've only conceded 2 in 3 games, which isn't too bad. If we pick without restriction our best 11, this is the team that shows. Obviously, we wouldn't have him in there because he's injured. So if we do a quick pick instead, it'll put Jack Robinson in there instead. So yeah, that's the team that we've got to play with so far. I'm going to simulate to the end of the season and hopefully we can stay away from relegation. Right, so we're at the end of season 1 now and we've actually managed to stay up. We've got the magical 40-point mark. In the first season, that's amazing for Sheffield United. We've finished 11th. Luton are up there with us as well with 46 points, which is amazing by them. The 3 teams that have gone down is Burnley, which are expected, Forest, and Bournemouth as well on 19 points, which is a bit of a surprise considering they've got some decent players there with them. Due to this quite high finish, we've actually got a 43.5 million budget for next season, which will massively help improve the squad. Looking at the squad now, our highest top goal scorer was actually our defensive mid, who's probably that Segundo Volante. Sousa's playing there, and then we've got Cameron Archer with 9, who's playing up top. Average rating is extremely low, but did the job. We stayed up. My other striker, Ryan Brewster, not very high either. The highest average rating in our squad was Gustavo Hamer, who actually played quite well. 7 assists is quite good with 1 goal. Nonto didn't do too bad, got 6 and 7. Average rating isn't great, but looking at the other 2 competitions, we actually got knocked out by Derby County, so League 1, and Rotherham United, who have probably just been relegated, or they've actually stayed up, but in real life who are bound for relegation already, bottom of the championship. So not great in the cup competitions, but in the Premier League we've managed to stay up, and let's just improve the team for next season. So I'm going to have a quick play around in the transfer market, and then I'll see you at the end of the transfer window set up for season 2. So we've come back after the transfer window, and so far we've got 4 points out of 4 games, which is quite good. Let's see the fixtures that we've played. Lost 1-0 away to Wolves. It's not the best, not the worst. 1-0 at home to Crystal Palace with a late, very late winner. We then drew 2-2 away to Newcastle, which is a pretty good result. Won in the Carabao Cup 1-0 with a late winner again, and then lost 3-0 at home to Man City, which is going to happen. The first signing we've made is Morgan Gibbs-White, and we've managed to sign him at a decent price as Notts Forest got relegated. Signed him for 25 million. So far he's played okay, he's got 1 assist. Probably needs a little bit of time to settle in, but he will get better. Next we signed Sardella, who's a very versatile defender, can play left back, right back and centre back. Very capable at all. His main appearances have been coming off the bench, and we brought him in for 12.5 million, which is a pretty good price. Next we brought in Sadilia as well, who, similar name to the last guy, Sadilia. He's actually scored a goal already. Got 1 goal in his 4 games that he's played, and we got him in for 13 million. Again, it's a pretty good price for a young player that he is. We've also brought in Dominic Solanke, who's in real life is coming off probably the best season he's ever had. Got him in for 25.5 million. Not a bad price, just because Bournemouth got relegated. And from another relegated team as well, Nicolas Dominguez, brought him in for 24 million, even though Forest made a decent profit on him, but so far he hasn't played very well, which I hope changes, because he has got quite good stats. I know his marking isn't great, but his passing, tackling, vision, all of that, mental is very well rounded. Hopefully he can be quite a successful signing. Obviously a lot of the team has changed, so it'll need a bit of time for them all to integrate in together. We've also got Joshua Vaganoman, who's come in. He could play both fullbacks. That's a very good ability. Got him in for 7.5 million. Again, decent price. His average rating is not good at the minute, but obviously we've not played very well in the first 4 games. And obviously the last one we brought in is Rooney Bargy, who is one definitely for the future, but he'll probably play every single game at the minute anyway, because we haven't really got anyone else that can play there. He's played 4 games so far. Not played amazing again, but hopefully as they gel, as they grow together, they'll all start playing a little bit better. So when we pick the best 11, this is what comes up. It's actually got some pretty good names in there. I don't mind it. Just need to be a bit more consistent. Hopefully just the young players that they are will grow, because we have got quite a lot of young players in here. I think realistically, if we can beat the points total that we got last season, it'll be a success. Hopefully we can have a bit of a cup run, but most likely get knocked out quite early. As you can see, we've got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup next, so we'll probably lose that. That's it for now, and we'll see you at the end of season 2. Right, so we come back at the end of season 2, and as you can see, slight improvement. Yeah, we've got 53 points, only 3 points behind 8th, which is the Conference League. So European football is just within touch. We actually finished with a positive goal difference as well, which is a major improvement on last year. Taking a look at the other competitions, we actually made it to the FA Cup semi-final, so it's a Wembley trip, but we were knocked out by Nottingham Forest, who, if I remember correctly, yeah, they were relegated last season. So that is quite disappointing. We could have had a final. Then they lost 1-0 to Chelsea as well, so maybe I could have got a win there and potentially got Champions League, not Champions League, Europa League football. So lost on extra time, Oh, and they scored in the 92nd minute as well to take it to extra time. That's disappointing. We were knocked out in the 3rd round by Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, which I did expect. Looking at the stats for the team for the season, Cameron Archer got 22 goals, which is pretty good in 40 games. 2 assists, average rating's okay. We still haven't got any green ones yet. Sousa was close with 30 games. Nonto and Morgan's Gibbs White as well, also close. I'm actually very surprised at how many little games Solanke played. Only 3 goals as well, so maybe, I don't know, considering he wants to leave, he could actually leave in the summer, which ideally wouldn't want, but Cameron Archer just obviously seems to be playing quite good, and he's a team leader now as well. And obviously his stats as well are pretty good. 17 finishing, 16 composure, 16 off the ball, so it's actually, I don't know, 19 goals in the Premier League as well, so you can't really complain. Looking at the finances, obviously the overall balance at the minute is quite healthy, and that has given us 63.5 million to play with for next season, and a little bit of room in the wage budget. We'll probably have to adjust that, but yeah, that's definitely enough to improve the team. Hopefully we can improve it and maybe break into the European spots next season. We'll see, but gonna go away, go into the transfer window, spend all that cash, and we'll see you at the end of the transfer window at the start of season 3. Right, so we'll come back at the start of season 3, and I think it's fair to say we've had quite a big transfer window. First we'll look at the players that we got out. I had to sell Ahmed Hodzic because he only had 1 year left on his contract and he just wouldn't speak to me about a new contract, so I had to get rid of him. 30 million we got for him, which is massive profit from what we bought him for. Also let go of Tom Davis as well, just because he weren't up to the standard and he wasn't really playing. Got 10 million for him. Jayden Bogle's gone, only 1 million. It's just he wasn't anywhere near the standard. Traore as well has gone for nearly 6 million, bit more money recuperated. Sousa as well, who's been playing a lot, is actually gone out on loan, but with a mandatory fee. I believe it's 24 million altogether. And we actually also managed to get 10 million from Calvert-Lewin because he transferred to Arsenal for 54 million. So the first signing, Lucas Torreira, very good defensive mid, 4-star, is rated very highly. Media description of elite midfielder, which is the first elite player I think we've got in the squad. His mentals are very, very good. Physicals as well, except from pace and strength, are a bit low, but the others are obviously quite good. Tackling and marking is very good for the job I want him to do. We also brought in Marco Kenner to obviously give a bit of squad depth for that defensive mid role. That is due to obviously the players that left. We just didn't have enough defensive mids there. got him in for 30 million. Next in was Dalot, who was on the transfer list. Obviously we know a lot about Dalot. He's a good player, very well rounded. Got him in for 30 million again. Next we got Wombanat in on a free. It's a good free signing. Helps up with the squad depth. Also we got him Maxime Lacroix, who he was the replacement for Ahmed Hozic. And yeah, obviously we know he's quite pacey, good height, wins a lot of headers. He's got good rounded stats, and we got him in for 25 million, which is obviously sold Ahmed Hozic for 30 and bought him in for 25, so gained 5 million there. And the last signing is probably the strangest signing I've ever made. We've got Lamine Yamal in. Obviously, Barcelona wonder kid. He is probably one of the best wonder kids on the game. Managed to get him in because he wanted to leave Barcelona because he weren't playing enough. And he obviously wanted to just come to the mighty Blades. His stats already at the age of 18, obviously greens all over. He is sensational. So far in the league, he's played 3 games and got 3 goals. And his average rating is skyrocketing. He's doing very well. So far in the Premier League, we've actually done quite well. We've got a away win at Newcastle, which is massive. That's a big win for a team like us if we want to start pushing for them top 8 positions. 1-0 loss to Chelsea. Didn't really play very well, but it happens. Obviously an easy win at home to Carlisle in the Cup. And then 3-1 away to Aston Villa as well, which is another great win. So far this has us 9th in the league. Obviously 2 wins out of 3, can't really complain with that. I have slightly changed the formation for this season. I've changed the ball winning midfielder to a halfback just to help this defensive solidity, and we've changed the cam to a second striker and put it over towards the right and the striker over towards the left, just so it's like a asymmetric 4-2-4 like it says up there. Hopefully this can help penetrate obviously these spaces, leave gaps for this runner to go in, who's most likely probably Gibbs White, or another signing we made was Facundo Torres. Probably could be him going in there. So when we pick best 11 without restriction, this is the team that shows. Crazy the quality we've got in the team now compared to the team that we started with. Just wanted to have a quick look at the season preview as well, which we haven't checked before, and it's actually got us in at 11th now, which is obviously, it shows the improvement we've had to the team. Hopefully this season we can kick on into these top 8 spaces, because European football would be nice to get, and it obviously brings in a lot more money. And hopefully in the cup competitions we can actually, I know we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup last season, but maybe we could get into a final and maybe win a cup. Anyway, that's it for the start of season 3. Really looking forward to this season, as the squad at the minute is quite impressive. I'm looking forward to see how they grow, how they perform, especially Yamal. He's done amazingly so far already. So yeah, I'm going to sim to the end of the season now, and then we'll see you at the end of season 3. Right, so we're coming at the end of season 3. Finished 7th. Massive. That is good, that is good. Only 4 points off the top 4 as well. Major improvement. Again, points tally's gone up again. We've gone from 40 to 53, now to 67. Scoring 70 goals overall in the league as well. That is the 4th highest in the league. And we've qualified for the Conference League as well, as it looks like Crystal Palace and West Ham have won some sort of competition to get into the Europa League. Looking at the stats for the players over the season, Facundo Torres has actually got 16 goals. He's our highest top goal scorer, followed by Yamal, who's got 15 and 10, obviously with a great average rating as well. Morgan Gibbs White as well probably shared that role with Torres. He's got 13 and 9, and then Rooney Bardi's got 16 assists as well, along with Vaganoman, who's got 11 assists. Cameron Archer seemed to have dropped off a little bit, only 8 goals. Might have to look at bringing in a new striker. And Dominic Solanke ain't even getting played, and his value's dropped all the way down to 8 million, so that was an unsuccessful signing, and I'll probably look to move him on. In the other cup competitions, again we got knocked out by Nottingham Forest, who is still in the Championship. In the FA Cup, lost on pens again, and then we were knocked out in the Carabao Cup by Arsenal. in the 4th round. Going into the next season, we've got 31.7 million. It's a decrease, but obviously I did spend a lot of money last season, so hopefully the only thing I really want to look at improving is the striker, because we need more goals from our striker. Major improvement this season. Hopefully we can carry it on into season 4, and maybe let's see how we can do with European football as well. See if that'll impact our league positions, or hopefully it'll just kick us on. Maybe we could even win it, because it is the Conference League, might be one of the better teams in there, and then get into the Europa League for season 5. Anyway, that's it for this season, so we'll see you at the start of season 4. Right, so we'll come back at the end of the transfer window for season 4. Big transfer window. A lot of players wouldn't sign new contracts, so essentially they wanted to leave. When bids were coming in for them, they were just becoming unhappy, so when them bids did come in, I just decided to accept them. So we have sold Trusty. He was a backup centre-back, gone out for 20 million. Dominic Solanke obviously didn't work out, got 12.5 million back. Obviously lost some money on him, but saving on the wages because he was earning quite a bit. Cameron Archer has gone out for quite a big price, 40 million. It's just after last season he didn't get too many goals, didn't play too great, so 40 million for him is a good price to get. Nonto's gone out on loan because he wanted to play more time and he just didn't really develop at all. And then Sardilia's gone out as well. He was getting offers from Champions League clubs and he had a minimum release clause anyway for 29 million, so it's just automatically accepted. Also, Sadilia went out as well, 20 million to Toulouse. A little bit of a profit on him. Yeah, he didn't really grow too well and we had better players at the time. So on the ins we had a lot of defenders to replace, and we brought in Kevin Danzo, big strong centre back, does the job. He's got some European experience as well, playing for Lens. Callum Doyle, young English, he's a good ball playing centre back as well, and is quite versatile, can play left back as well. Then brought in Tammy Abraham as just a backup striker, because I believe with his height and his pace he would actually be better than Cameron Archer, and he was a decent price, 16 million. Now my new starting striker, I'm going to go with Wahi, I don't know, Ely, we'll call him Ely. Brought him in, got good finishing, good composure, good pace, everything for an advanced forward that you want he has got. Hopefully he can start well. He hasn't got a goal just yet, but we haven't started great this season. Gotten a new goalkeeper, Atubolu, as well, from Leverkusen, and he has only just joined from Freiburg the season before. He's got some very good stats. I just compared him to the keeper that we had before and he looked loads better overall. Luke Thomas is a backup left back to replace Bernat, who retired. Van Heck as well. Brighton got relegated and he looked like a very good centre back. Looks very strong. Mentals are very good. Green's all there. Tackling obviously very good, and not too much of a bad price. I know 50 million is quite a lot, but realistically it's not a terrible price. And then we brought in Missouri as well for the backup right back, or rotating with Dalot. And then Serge Gnabry as well, cheap price. He's only on 26k a week. It's just a bit of experience and quality to bring into the side. And added bonus, he is homegrown, so it helps with the registration rules. So yeah, we haven't started great so far. 2 losses to begin with in the league. That one at home to Forest is very disappointing, considering if we check the stats, we absolutely bombarded them but just couldn't finish. Easily through in the Conference League qualifying round. Draw at home to Brentford as well, and then easily through in the second round, the Carabao Cup. Tactics staying the same after how well we did last season. And if we pick without restriction, this is the team that shows us. Obviously Vaganoman's out injured at the minute, but I would like to think this is a strong team. Hopefully we'll kick on a bit more from how we've been playing. Obviously Yamal's been playing well, but most of them are in the Conference League games. Yeah, the team looks strong at the minute. Hopefully we can turn around our poor start and kick on. Just want another improvement, so maybe we can hit the 70 mark, hopefully win the Conference League, and then get into the Europa League for next season as well. So yeah, that's it for the start of Season 4. Gonna simulate to the end now, and when we get there we'll check back in. Right, so we'll come back at the end of Season 4, and again, we finished 7th. It's hard to break into that top 6 with all these great teams here. Unfortunately, we have got a points decrease, but I think that could be due to getting further in other competitions. Obviously, more players would have been tired. So looking at them competitions, unfortunately, we couldn't win the Conference League. We lost to Atalanta in the semi-final, and then they went on to win it against Standard Liège, which I probably would have hoped to win that game. Yeah, unfortunately, we just couldn't get past them. Who did we beat along the way? We beat Benfica 6-3 on aggregate, which is probably a better team. And Lausanne from Switzerland, beat them very convincingly 8-1. Looking at the league phase, I won 5 and drew 1, and obviously Benfica won all 6, and then I knocked them out. FA Cup, 4th round by Chelsea. Can't help it, sometimes it's luck of the draw. And runner-up in the Carabao as well. Nearly got a domestic cup in for Sheffield United. Who did we lose to? Arsenal 2-0, that's a tough one. So looking at the stats for everyone this season, Yamal had a great season, 19 goals, 24 assists, amazing average rating. Facundo Torres as well had a great season, and also Rooney Bardi, so that sort of freeing the attacking midfield position along with Morgan Gibbs-White. Ely had a great season as well, 23 goals. Hopefully next season get a bit more with a bit more progression. So obviously in the final season we'll have the Conference League to play for again. If we can win that, I think for Sheffield United, considering where they were in Season 1, it will be a massive success. The aim for me is to win either a cup competition or break into the top 4. If either of them are done, I would say this is a good rebuild, really good rebuild. We're going to move on to the transfer window now, so we'll see you at the start of Season 5. Right, so we'll come back at the start of Season 5, and we've actually had quite a bit of a quiet transfer window by my standards. So brought in Harvey Elliott, not a bad price, just on the transfer list, and Onana, not a bad price as well, just for that Segundo Volante role, and then Harvey Elliott as backup. He's very versatile, as you can see, play all over the midfield. Yeah, and then Onana can play centre mid and DM. So yeah, we've spent 70 million in, but we've actually recuperated 101 million with Nonto Torreira going to Al Hilal, 60 million. Gnabry wanted out, so had to sell him. So far it's been a bit rocky. Obviously it started well with 3 wins and then got absolutely battered away at the Emirates. Then won again in the second leg for that, for the Conference League, and then went to had Man City at home and unfortunately lost 3-2. And we're also already at the Carabao Cup, lost on pens to Coventry, which is not good. Gonna try a little bit something different for the last season, just to mix it up. Gone to a 4-2-4, support role of the target forward, just so he could play to these 3 around him. Deep line playmaker on defence, gone for an inverted fullback at left back, obviously on defend, and then the wing back on the right back being on attack. So if we pick best 11 without restriction, this is the team that shows. Obviously you've got a couple of injuries out at the minute. Tammy Abraham out for a little bit, and then Rooney Bardi out for roughly the same time. But this is the team that I'd pick at the minute, and hopefully, ideally, I know we're already at the Carabao Cup, if we could win the Conference League or the FA Cup and finish, just get qualified for the Europa League, I think that would be a good point for the last season. It hasn't gone too well, but obviously at this point for Sheffield United, this is a massive success because they are truly in the gutter in real life. So yeah, going to simulate to the end of the season, and let's just see how we get on. Hopefully we'll get some success, but if not, you know, it was a fun ride. But yeah, we'll see you at the end of season 5. So we've come back at the end of season 5, the final season, and I'm very, very, very happy with it. We have actually finished 5th, which is the highest finish we've finished so far. Just above Newcastle, 1 point, only slightly off the top 4. But if we look at the league table, we've actually qualified for the Champions League due to the coefficiency. So that's massive, 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 massive. So we know how we've done in the league. Let's see how we've done in the other competitions. And it's a massive success. We've won the FA Cup. We've won the Conference League. We got knocked out by Coventry in the Carabao Cup. Not ideal, but it's one of them. Just beat Wolves in the FA Cup. Got to the semi-final themselves in real life, so they're a good team. In the Conference League, we beat Olympic Lyon 1-0 in the final. So we've gone one step further than we did last season. Had Shamrock Rovers in the semi-final, beat them convincingly 8-4. Sorry, 8-1. Arunca from Portugal. Bruno Lage is their manager. Beat them 9-1, 6-0 at their ground. And in the FA Cup, we beat Liverpool in the final 4-2. Beat Arsenal on penalties. Beat Chelsea on penalties. So that is a place in the Champions League and 2 trophies to finish off the rebuild. That is fantastic. If only there was a way I could play more on this save, because it's just about to get interesting. Looking at the squad for the season, Ely had a great season, 32 and 14 assists with a great average rating. Yamal, 22 and 21 at the age of 20. Honestly, he's a fantastic player. He's now considered a 5-star player. He's been getting young player of the year every year. He's fantastic, honestly. Tammy Abraham had a great season. So obviously going to the 2 up front had quite a big effect on the team. Torres, again, another great season. Where did he mainly play? He played up front and left wing. He even had a game at target forward. Yeah, major improvement this season. Team's just doing a lot better. It's good to see. So after making this tremendous progress, finishing top 5 to get Champions League and winning our first 2 trophies, is this the end of the rebuild? I personally would like to play it more, but it's up to you. If you want me to carry on and do another 5 years in this rebuild, make sure you like this video. If we hit 20 likes, not a lot, but if we hit 20 likes, I will do another 5 years with Sheffield United. And if you manage to get to the end of the video at this point, leave in the comments a team that you want to see me rebuild next. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. After the great support of the first video with Sheffield United, I've decided to come back and do another 5-year rebuild with them, taking it to a total of 10 years. We left them in a great place, leaving them qualified for the Champions League. So let's go back to them now and see if we can take on the rest of world football. Let's see finally how many trophies we can win with Sheffield United. So we are back again with Sheffield United. We hit the like goal, so we're doing another 5 years, and let's get straight into it. Season 6 with the transfers. So on the outs, we're saying goodbye to a hero, a legend. We've got Gustavo Hamer leaving. Obviously he is the star of the thumbnail in the first video. He just wanted to leave, wanted to play regular football, so I let him go to Leicester. Next out was Dominguez. He just wasn't happy, didn't want to sign a new contract, had interest in him, got a nice fee of 56 million. Yeah, it helped fund the transfer window that we had. First in we got Mateus Cunha, got him in for 14.5 million. Good signing. Then we bought our first regen, William. Really good regen goalkeeper, stats are amazing. Bought in Oliver Skip for a bit of backup at DM. We've got Frank Kessie in, who's You know, he's getting on now, but he's at a stage where he will help us a lot. These are the tactics going into the season. Just want a bit more of attacking football, see how it goes. Try something different just to start the new episode off. And if we were picking without restriction, this is the best team that we've got, which is, it looks a strong team, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's the team for this season. And let's see how we get on at the end of season 6. Right, so we've come back at the end of season 6, and as you can see at the top, we finished 10th. We've completely fallen off this season. I don't really know what's happened. I think when I came back halfway through the season, a lot of players were unhappy, and I think that could be the massive factor in why we've not done so well. Obviously, Yamal's had a good season again, but it's not as good as he normally is. Eli's up there as well, and Cunha, my 3 attackers, all doing well, but the rest of the team not too great. William did not too bad for a goalkeeper, but yeah, we finished 10th. But let's see how we got on in the rest of the competitions. Can't see how we did in the Champions League because I've obviously skipped too far forward. Yeah, we've managed to win the FA Cup, which is amazing. Lost in the 4th round to Chelsea, and obviously we won the Community Shield, which is good, against Chelsea 2-1, and FA Cup against Chelsea. So we've obviously won, played Chelsea a lot this season, played them in all 3 of them competitions, twice in the league. There's 5. Let's see how we got on in so we made it to the knockout playoff, and we got Man City, and it's a tough game, but yeah, lost 5-4 on aggregate. That is a little bit disappointing, but we've managed to win the FA Cup. That's got us Europa League for next season, which is a competition we are yet to win, so hopefully we can do well in that. The finances ain't looking great at the minute. We've only got 4 million to play with, so we're probably going to have to sell some players if we want to bring some players in. The debt isn't looking too bad though. We've only got 15 million transfer debt, so we just need to actually start making money. Maybe that could start with winning the Europa League next season. But yeah, that's how we did for season 6. Quite disappointing. Hopefully next season we can do a little bit better, be a bit stronger. Obviously all the younger players would have grown an extra year, so gonna play around in the transfer window now, and then we'll see you at the start of season 7. So we're back at the end of season 7's transfer window. On the outs, Kevin Danzo's gone out. He just wasn't really up to standard, really. Next was Marco Canna. He didn't really want to sign a contract, so had to get rid of him just to make some money. Luke Thomas was nowhere near the standard. Rooney Bargi's gone out for more game time because we're not really playing with wingers at the minute. And Noah, our goalkeeper, has gone out for 50 million. Nice little profit on him. On the ins, we've got Andy Robertson come in. Obviously his stats are still great, but he is 35, but hopefully he can still play up to a good standard. We've got Hincapié in to really strengthen up that defence, because I think that was one of our weaker spots. We've got another Brazilian regen, Ale, come in. He's got some very good mentals. He looks great. And we've also got Lima as well, who's another regen goalkeeper from Brazil. WONDERKID, looks great. If he wants to leave, then hopefully we can just sell him on for a big profit. So far it's been a bit ropey. Lost on pens in the Community Shield. Lost 5-2 away to Tottenham, not good. Beat Villa 2-0, which is better. And then obviously losing our next 2 games out in the Carabao Cup already. So obviously lost to Tottenham twice already. Played Tottenham and Liverpool twice.
Let's not take the piss.
Lost to Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield as well. But looking at our Europa League group phase, obviously we've got a couple of hard teams in there with Milan, Dortmund and Rangers, but the rest we should comfortably get through. So hopefully we won't have to play the knockout round. Hopefully we can actually win that, and that will allow us to automatically qualify for the Champions League. This is tactic we're setting up with, very similar to last year, just going more attacking. And if we pick our best 11, this is what it shows. Ale drop straight in there, so does Hincapié. The next area we really need to improve is the wing backs, I think. But we have got a lot of players that don't really want to sign a new contract as well, so I might have to look to moving them on, like Van Heck and LaCroix as well. That's it for season 7's transfer window, and we're going to catch you at the end of the season, and hopefully we've at least won a trophy and I really want to do qualify for the Champions League again. So yeah, we'll see you at the end of Season 7. Right, so we're back again at the end of Season 7, and as you can see, we finished 6th in the Premier League. It says that at the top. Massive improvement from last year, 4 spots up. So the best players for the season, Yamal's up there again. Mateus Cunha's had a great season as well. Just a shame he's unhappy. Eli's had a good season as well. LA's played really well coming in. Everyone pretty much all around had a good average rating. They all played quite well. Taking a look at the league, as you can see, we have actually qualified for the Champions League, so that probably means we've won something European. Arsenal stormed away with the league, 94 points, no one really anywhere near them. I gained a few points from last season, still quite a lot of losses, but definitely better in the goal difference. As you can see, recent game winning 8-1 against Everton. So now looking at all competitions, we did win the Europa League, which is something I wanted to do. It's a trophy we hadn't played in yet, and we've won it first time of asking. We've beat Real Sociedad 2-1 in the final. Semi-final we played Fiorentina and just got through them. Quarter-final we played AC Milan and absolutely swept them 4-0. Round of 16 we had Girona and beat them quite comfortably as well. FA Cup we weren't managed to retain it. We lost to Arsenal. Didn't actually go on to win it. It was Man United who won it, but we didn't get to retain it this year. Knocked out in the third round of the Carabao Cup again. But yeah, that means obviously we're going to play Champions League football next season, which is good. We really need to get some money in because the finances are looking quite poor. It's just we need better income, and I guess that's from the prize. That'll be from the prize from Champions League, because obviously we've won the Europa League and we actually got 20 million less than we got in the Champions League, where we only got knocked out in the playoff round. So, but obviously that leaves us with a very small transfer budget again. Not surprised. Hopefully the team doesn't need too much playing about with, but we'll see how it goes. That's it for the end of Season 7, so obviously we'll come back at the start of Season 8 after the transfer window. So we'll see you then. Right, so we're back at the start of Season 8. Just looking at the results so far, it's been very good. We've won every single game. Won this Euro and South America Club Challenge 4-0. Beat Newcastle at St James's Park. Beat Liverpool in the Super Cup on extra time. Beat Leicester 3-1 in the league. They did quite well last season. Beat Chelsea away from home 3-2. Late minute winner by Tammy Abraham back at his old place. And beat Southampton 3-2 as well. So we are conceding a lot of goals, but we're scoring a lot as well, so it's doing quite well. If we look at our Champions League phase group as well, we have got a really difficult draw. So we've got Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Porto, Reims, Nice, Real Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen and Newcastle as well. Again, we've got another hard draw in the Carabao Cup. It just doesn't seem to want us to go any further in that. Now looking at the transfers on the outs, Mateus Cunha's gone. He didn't really want to be around. I'm not surprised. He's had a pay rise of 800k a week, but yeah, he didn't want to be here. I just thought I'd get rid of him. Morgan's Gibbs White has gone out as well for a decent price, nearly 50 million. He just sort of didn't play much. Obviously we don't play a cam anymore with this new tactic, so looking more at bringing wingers in. On the ends we brought this young regen in, just sent him back out on loan. Ibrahim Konate was on a transfer list and I thought he'd be a good player to get in to strengthen up the back line. Jeremy McAllister, another regen. I thought at left back he had a release clause of 27 million, so I thought I'd bring him in, and he played quite well so far. And the last one, Mudryk. We have brought in Mudryk. It could be a bit of a surprise, but to be honest, his stats are pretty good. He has done actually really well so far. Got 2 goals. He's got an average rating of 7.45 in 4 games in the league, so I think he would play very well for us, and as he has so far. So we have reverted back to the 4-2-4, got rid of the cam. Obviously it has worked quite well for us so far, and if we pick best 11 without restriction, this is a team that comes up, and it's a very strong team now with all the younger players growing. Bargi's come back in, now we're using wingers. Yamal's actually gone up front. William, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world now. Stats have really improved massively. As you see, he's had a lot of ones go up in a lot of areas. Obviously he was really good before I even got him, but yeah, he just looks sensational. But yeah, that's it for Season 8. We're going to simulate to the end of the season now. Hopefully we can do a lot better in the league, as we've started off with 4 wins. It's a positive sign. If we can finish in a top 3, maybe then we could push for a league title in the last 2 seasons. So we'll see you at the end of season 8. So we are back at the end of season 8, and massive improvement this year. We've finished second, got 90 points as well, only 3 off the title, which is mega improvement. Really good goal difference as well, 56. Obviously Arsenal are just flying. They've got an absolutely insane squad. Obviously Saliba's going to be great, Alphonso Davies, João Neves, Declan Rice. And now checking out the other competitions. We've done the domestic double. We've won the FA Cup and the Carabao. So Carabao's another trophy ticked off. One that we've won now. Won the Super Cup as well, which is good. We played Liverpool in the final, beat them in extra time. Got knocked out in the semi-final of the Champions League, which is pretty good for our second year in the Champions League. Just weren't too much of a bad loss to Barcelona. Barcelona went on to win it as well. Looking at the player stats, Yamal had a great season. 42 goals and 18 assists is incredible. And as we can actually see, he actually won the World Player of the Year. Checking out the milestones, yeah, he won World Footballer of the Year and World Player of the Year at Sheffield United. Massive. Yeah, obviously he's amazing. He's done so good. Finances again, obviously, although we got quite far in the Champions League, did not go up at all. Player wages being a main problem. Obviously transfer expenditure as well. Maybe might need to not look at signing anyone this season. Loan repayments and interest as well, that's quite a lot for this season, 27 million, so that's probably not helping us at all. But yeah, that's it for season 8. Really impressive, really strong season. Won actually 4 trophies if you include the pre-season ones, including the Super Cup and the South American Challenge one. And we won both the domestic cups as well. Hopefully soon, as we can see there, 90 points. Hopefully next season take that another level above. Somehow we've got to break Arsenal down, because they are just very good at the minute. And maybe we get a bit further in the Champions League as well. Maybe make a final or win it. So yeah, that's it for season 8. And we'll see you at the start of season 9. Right, so we're back at the start of season 9 now. Been a long journey. We've had a good start again, battered everyone in the friendlies, beat Arsenal in the Community Shield on penalties, 3 pretty good wins, 3-0, 3-1, 1-0 against Brentford, and then massive win, hopefully for the title towards the end of the season, 3-2 against Arsenal. So looking at the transfers that we made, obviously as we know we didn't have a lot of money, but we were able to make some sales just due to people again not wanting to be at Sheffield United for some reason. So first we've got Ale, who obviously is one of the better players, but for the formation that we are using, due to it being so successful, he couldn't really fit into the team, so he was let go. RB Leipzig, 20 million and a 50% salon clause as well, just in case. Next, Frank Kessie left, 34 years old, obviously deteriorating a little bit. His stats are especially the physicals going down a lot. He had offers from Saudi, and obviously he wanted to go because of the money. And yeah, it was time to freshen up that midfield a little bit anyway, maybe. Another one we let out was another youngster. We got him in last season, loaned him out, and then I sort of looked at him, didn't think, just because of the height maybe, didn't think too much of him, and then let him go. Made a little bit of a profit on him, helped us with our transfer window. Maxime Lacroix, another player who wanted to leave. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He served us well, but obviously he was getting a little bit older and he was going to run down his contract, so cashing on him while we could. And the last one, a little bit sad about, because obviously he's been in the squad for a while. He's a very good player as well. Onana, he didn't want to stick around, unfortunately, so had to let him go. Real Madrid came in. Obviously he's going to want to go. He's going to run down his contract, so got 55 million for him. So our first player in was this regen Brazilian from Brazil. Nice and tall, 6'6", decent pace, jumping reach obviously good, composure's very good, leadership off the ball, mentals are very good. A little bit disappointed with the passing, but 17 finishing, and he only cost us 14 million, which is an absolute bargain. Next in from the same club, Santos, we got a Brazilian regen, just paid for his release clause again. He's a defensive mid, obviously, to help bolster the squad there, as we lost a few players there. His mentals are very good, physicals are obviously very good again, not very good at jumping at 5'6", but that's fine, and hopefully he'll grow a little bit, but he's a good name. He's a good player as a backup. Next again, another CDM, obviously, because we literally lost basically our whole CDM line. Got Seawold, we got him from Bayern Munich. He was on the transfer list. Obviously in his biography it says he's truly one of the world's global stars, so that's good. He's an elite midfielder, 30 years old, mentals are very well rounded, physicals are very well rounded. He's just really well rounded all round. We got him in for 52 million, not too bad, but hopefully he will play well for us, which he has so far. And last in, couldn't turn it down. He was on the transfer list, Enzo Fernandez. He is obviously one of the better midfielders in the game. He's 4.5 star reputation, he's 4.5 star ability as well, according to my coach. Obviously technicals in all the right areas are very good, and obviously can tackle as well as playing forward. Vision is excellent, off the ball is excellent, composure is excellent, and then his physicals as well are also very good. The tactics are staying the same. Obviously it worked quite well last season. Hopefully just with this bit of added quality we've got, and it could take another step forward. And if we pick our best without restriction, this is the team that shows up. Obviously Mudryk is injured at the minute. I think he's out for another 2 to 4 months, so instead it will probably be Lamar that goes there, and then Vinicius goes up front, which is quite good. Yeah, I'm really happy with the team. Hopefully, like I said, this season just go one step further. Yeah, I'm really happy with the team. Hopefully, like I said, we just go one step further. Like I said, I'm really happy with the team at the minute. Started very well. 5 wins out of 5 in the games that count. Hopefully this season we could just take it one step further. I know we had 90 points last season and didn't win the league. Hopefully Arsenal can drop off just a little bit, or we can just slightly improve. And then Champions League as well, we made the semi-final last year, so hopefully within these last 2 seasons we can win the Premier League and the Champions League, and then we have won everything that has been available to us as Sheffield United. So yeah, that's it for the start of season 9 and the transfer window, and we'll see you at the end of the season. So we've come back at the start of season 9 and we've finally won the league. We've improved by 1 point. We've got 91 this season. Arsenal dropped off by 10 points, which is obviously going to help a lot. Scored 120 goals, only 5 losses, all the way from home except from 1. Massive. Finally, we've won the league. Checking out the other competitions, we also won the FA Cup, so that's a good double. Got knocked out in the semi-final by Arsenal, beat Arsenal in the FA Cup final as well, beat Arsenal in the league to second, and Champions League, I've gone too far, so we'll see. And we've also won the Champions League. Come on. We beat Inter Milan in the final 3-2, and we also beat Arsenal in the semi-final. So we played Arsenal in all 4 competitions. They managed to knock us out of 1, but we beat them to the other 3. I guess we are now the 3rd English team to complete the treble: Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup. Massive season. Finished it, and we've still got 1 more season to go, so we'll see how that goes. We have now actually won everything available to us. The only thing we've got left is the Club World Championship, which will be in now. So checking out the squad for the season, Yamal again, massive. Average rating of 7.62 is really high. 43 goals and 28 assists. Vinicius, who we bought in for 14 million, 30 goals and 15 assists, 7.3 being our 2nd best player in the team. That is massive. Eli's had a great season as well, 37 goals, 11 assists. Rooney Bargi with 18 and 15 in quite a limited game time as well. Even after that great season, the finances are still looking a bit rubbish, a bit better than they were before, but yeah, at least we're still passing everything. As you can see, we have made 100 million this season, so this month, so that has helped out a lot. Hopefully we won't break any financial rules. But yeah, that's it for season 9. Obviously fantastic season. Hopefully we could build on it for season 10 and just hopefully win the Premier League and the Champions League again. And we'll see you at the start of season 10. So we're back at the beginning of season 10. We've had a really quiet transfer window. We've actually spent £0, brought in Curtis Jones and Tomori in on a free from last season, and we've let go of Tammy Abraham and Kanate. Had some interesting games so far. Just want to look at a friendly, beat PSG 9-3, which is pretty crazy. Won the Community Shield on pens, couple of wins in the Premier League, and then obviously a big 5-1 loss away to Brighton after beating them 4-1 in the Super Cup, and we've advanced as well in the Carabao Cup. Taking a look at our Champions League phase, we have got some quite hard games, but luckily the more tougher games are actually at home. Hopefully we can retain the Champions League after winning it last year. Tactics are going to stay the exact same. This is the best 11 if we pick without restriction, which actually puts Jamal at right wing, which hopefully doesn't play because he actually plays very well as a striker. But yeah, that's it for the start of season 10. It is the last season. We have currently won everything, so haven't really got any expectations for this season. Hopefully we can retain either the Champions League or the Premier League. But yeah, we'll see you at the end of season 10 and at the end of the rebuild. So we are back at the end of season 10 and we have gone back to back in the Premier League. We've won the Premier League again, dropped off a little bit in points, but so did Arsenal. Won it 2 times in a row now, which is massive, massive, massive for the club. And in the other competitions as well, we can see we have won the Champions League as well, the Carabao Cup, Super Cup, Community Shield, but not the FA Cup. Missed out on winning it all on the FA Cup, lost in the 5th round to Aston Villa, and then Brentford went on to win it against Liverpool. Missing out on the FA Cup is slightly disappointing, but obviously we've done amazingly in the other competitions. Won the Premier League again, won the Champions League, beat Inter in the semi-final, who we beat in the final last year, beat Bayern Munich in the quarters, and then had Fiorentina in the round of 16. In the league phase we did really well, got 7 wins out of 8, only losing 1 to Inter Milan as well. Yeah, absolutely smashed it. As you can see, we've still got the Club World Championship to play, so I'm actually going to simulate a little bit further. I just wanted to capture all this, and then we'll come back after the Club World Championship, and if we then do win that, we have won everything possible, everything available to us. But it's the first time and the last time entering it, so let's see how we get on. So we have come back after the Club World Championship and we have actually won it against Tottenham, which is a surprise to see them there. Graham Potter is the manager as well. Beat PSG 1-0 in the semis, beat Real Madrid 5-2, beat Al Nassr 5-1. And then in our groups we scored 14 goals as well, winning all 3 games. We have actually lost quite a few of our players. So this is the squad we've got left, quite a small squad. But if we just pick out a few players, Yamal last season got 30 goals and 21 assists. Eli got 37 goals and 11 assists, very good return. And Vinicius got 35 goals and 9 assists, so very good return from them 3. If we look at the club vision, we are actually now the most reputable team in the world. And we are the biggest club in the world as well. And quite rightfully, I've gone down as a legend at the club, along with Yamal and Vinicius going down as icons. So yeah, that's the end of the Sheffield United rebuild. We actually spanned over 10 years. We managed to win absolutely everything available to us. Taking a look at the leaderboard, this allowed Sheffield United to go top, winning 12 major trophies across the 10 seasons. Obviously they did have more seasons than my Chelsea rebuild, but they still won more, so they are at top of the league. Yeah, it was a great rebuild, had a lot of good players. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you want to catch out more Football Manager rebuilds. And that is it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.